क्यों नशा तेरा होया, क्यों नशा तेरा होया होया। क्यों नशा तेरा होया होया। नील स्टार ग्रुप। क्यों नशा तेरा होया होया। चैट एक सेकेंड स्वाइप अप डाल देता हूँ। एक सेकेंड। टाइम पे आ गया विनोद। जीगॉड भी वॉच पार्टी कर रहा है। हाँ हाँ जीगॉड का देखा मैंने। एक सेकंड चैट स्वाइप अप डाल दे। स्वाइप अप आ जाओ गाइस, वी आर लाइव ऑन वाईटी। जल्दी जल्दी लिंक पे टैप करो और कुछ चीज़ों के बारे में हमें बात भी करनी है, तो डिले बिल्कुल मत करना। स्ट्रीम पे आ जाओ। कोई एक टॉपिक है उसके बारे में बात करना है जो कल हुई थी। टैप करो लिंक पे। ओके ओके गाइस व्हाट्सअप टैप। और बताओ पब्लिक, कैसन बा, कैसन बा, कैसन बा। हाँ पाशा, I'm going to a bigger person. I would apologize, ये माफी मांग रहे हो या उपकार कर रहे हो. If you demand respect from others, please have some. पाशा, I'm going to a bigger person. Oh chat. Yes yes yes. किस, अभी थोड़ा पब्लिक आने दो यार, अभी तो अपन ने स्ट्रीम चालू की है। पब्लिक आने दो थोड़ा, है ना। फिर उसके बाद गा क्या कर रहा है क्या, आ रहा है क्या, इसको पूछता हूँ ना। बात करेंगे, थोड़ा पब्लिक आने दो। आज लंगोटी के डीसी आजा का क्या आ रहा है क्या ये, इसको पूछू कर रहा है क्या, साथ में कर रहा है।
लॉल सोलो 61 kills रिएक्शन।
आ!
लुल्ली दिन में दिन पागल होता जा रहा है अभी। 61, माँ कसम।
ओके
वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड तोड़ दिया क्या लुल्ली ने?
अबे किधर है, आना क्या है ये बेंचियो
वर्ल्ड
जिसका।
रिकॉर्ड ही तोड़ डाला क्या?
जल्दी आ।
लंगोटी के डीसी आ जाएगा क्या? बातचीत करके आता हूँ, रुक। थोड़ी बातचीत करेंगे, थोड़ी रिएक्शन देंगे, फिर आएंगे।
आजा टोपा मत दियो, चला जाएगा। लंगोटी के डिस्कॉर्ड जाके बैठता हूँ। एक सेकंड चैट, पब्लिक आने दो यार। हाँ तो फक, मेरा डिस्कॉर्ड क्यों नहीं ऑन हो रहा, द हेक।
आपके टीएसएम वाले वीडियोस देख रहा हूँ अबे। इतना पुराना।
टीएसएफ।
आपको मजा आता है क्या अभी भी पुरानी चीजें देखने में? 6-7 साल हो गए यार।
अब रुको एक सेकंड, अबे यार अब तो
हेलो
ऐसा
प्लीज
लगता
वेलकम
है
टू द स्ट्रीम गाइस, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम।
कि ओके चैट। यप 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 यप। क्या भाई, जो भी मुंह में आएगा बोल देंगे क्या आरएनटीएक्स को। ओके चैट, तो किस किस को पता है कल का मसला, किस किस को पता है कल क्या हुआ था, मतलब कुछ चीजें बोली
किसको
गई
पता है कल?
हमारे बारे में, मतलब हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के बारे में, मतलब नॉट इन द डायरेक्ट वे बट इनडायरेक्टली। किसने वो क्लिप देखा है। मैंने आई गेस मैंने डाउनलोड करा था रुको, चैट नहीं पता। हम्म तो यार मतलब कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऐसा है कि अभी आपको पता है चैट कि बहुत टाइम से लोग अपने काम पे फोकस कर रहे हैं, एंड इवन लास्ट टाइम भी इफ यू रिमेम्बर लास्ट टाइम कब सोल के साथ, या फिर सोल, चलो एक ऑर्गन अपन वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का नहीं बोलते, क्योंकि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एज अ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन तो उन लोगों ने कुछ नहीं कहा, बट उधर एक बंदा है, ठीक है, तो उसके साथ भी लास्ट हमारा कब हुआ रहेगा, लाइक मेरा पर्सनली, मेरा तो कुछ नहीं हुआ, छोड़ दिया अपन ने ये सब चीजें, ना इसको बोलना उसको बोलना, इसको पोक करना या उसको अलग वे में टॉन्ट वाले वे में बोलना, ठीक है। और आर एन टी एक्स का तो कभी कुछ नहीं था, टू बी ऑनेस्ट, उनके साथ, है ना, कभी कुछ नहीं, ना कभी यहाँ से किसी ने कुछ बोला, कुछ भी नहीं, चीजें हमेशा एकदम स्मूथली चलती थी। तो अभी क्या हो गया कि थोड़े दिन पहले जब रोहित भाई सेंसे के स्ट्रीम पे बैठे थे, तो एकदम नॉर्मली भाई, नॉर्मली लेजिट सेंसे ने एक अनाउंसमेंट करी कि वी आर द फर्स्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इन इंडिया जिसका पूरा जो स्पॉन्सर स्लॉट्स है जर्सी में वो फुल हो चुका है, ठीक है। अब मेरे को बताओ कि इसमें क्या हमने किसी को कुछ बोला? इसमें तो हम खुद का जो एक अचीवमेंट है, खुद का एक जो एक माइलस्टोन है, हम उसको सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं ना, कि भाई वी आर द फर्स्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। और ये स्पॉन्सर्स लाना ये कोई इजी बात थोड़ी है। अब पता है, इस पे हमने ना किसी को कुछ बोला ना कुछ, ठीक है। अब इस पे अबे भाई क्या है ये 61 किल्स लॉल रिएक्शन, अबे भाई तुम ये जरा रुक जाओगे, 61 किल्स लॉल रिएक्शन। तो अब इस चीज पे ये देखो, अब ये क्लिप है जो हमको स्ट्रीम से तो नहीं मिला, बट वेट अ सेकंड, ये वो क्लिप है। अब आप ही देखो ये कौन से वे में है।
Meanwhile, have you seen that Rohit Bhai saying that they have exhausted all the sponsors for the jersey? Crazy man, that's incredible. हम लोग का भी हो जाएगा एक पॉइंट पे आई गेस, बट अभी फिलहाल इंडिया में आई गेस 3 ही लोग हैं जो ऐसे डील को अफोर्ड कर पा रहे हैं, तो अभी वी हैवंट एग्जॉस्टेड ऑल आवर स्लॉट्स येट।
अब आपको समझ रहा है ये कौन से वाले वे में भाई साहब अपने, अब आपको समझ रहे हैं कौन से वाले वे में भाई साहब अपने बोल रहे हैं चीजें हमको। आई डोंट नो ब्रो, ये बंदा मतलब क्यों इसको इतना। और पता है, हम में से लेजिट मेरे को रोहित भाई का कल रात को मैसेज आता है कि ऐसा ऐसा हुआ है, वो लेजिट इतना गुस्सा तो नहीं, उससे ज्यादा तो डिसअपॉइंटेड थे, क्योंकि उनका और वहाँ पे जो वहाँ पे जो लोग हैं उनके साथ रिलेशन उनके अच्छे हैं, ठीक है। वो कभी नहीं चाहते कि, ना कोई चाहता रहेगा एक सुंदरों में कि ये रिलेशन कोई भी तरीके से जेपटाइज हो जाए। बट आई डोंट नो ये क्यों बीच में आके लोगों के बीच में झगड़े लगा रहा है। एंड आई डोंट नो कि क्या सेंस है, जो सेंसे के स्ट्रीम पे रोहित भाई ने जो चीज बोली थी, चैट आप ही बताओ, सेंसी के स्ट्रीम पे जो रोहित भाई ने चीज बोली थी कि वी आर द फर्स्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इन इंडिया, क्या इसमें रोहित भाई ने किसी को नीचा दिखा के बोला या कुछ? उनके मन में तक वो बात नहीं आई रहेगी कहीं से, एकदम नॉर्मल वे में सेंसी ने और इन्होंने एक अनाउंसमेंट करी कि वी आर द फर्स्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इन इंडिया। अब आई डोंट नो ब्रो, इसमें कहीं से भी ना तुम्हारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का नाम लिया है, ना तुमको कुछ बोला है, कुछ भी नहीं बोला है ब्रो। तुम नहीं हो इतने इम्पोर्टेंट, क्यों तुम ये कर रहे हो? तुम आके स्ट्रीम पे एक टॉन्ट वे में, एक डिसरिस्पेक्टफुल वे में तुम हमें नीचा दिखा रहे हो, क्या मिलेगा ब्रो तुम्हें? तुम हर बार हर किसी को उंगली करते रहते हो, फिर रिटर्न में कोई आंसर दे दे अगर तुमको, फिर तुम आके एक अलग वे में कि ओके आई विल बी द बिगर पर्सन, आई विल से सॉरी। बिगर पर्सन नहीं होता। तुमने अगर हागा है, तुमने गलती करा है, तो तुमको अपोलोजाइज करना पड़ता है, उसमें तुम बिगर पर्सन नहीं हो। बिगर पर्सन वो होता है जो माफ कर देता है। अब यही जब तुम्हारा जो तुम्हारा एक स्पॉन्सर, आई डोंट वांट टू टेक द नेम, जब उसको लेके लोग कुछ बोल रहे थे या लोग अलग अलग चीजें बोल रहे थे, तब आप ही थे जो आके बोल रहे थे कि स्पॉन्सर स्पॉन्सर होता है, स्पॉन्सरशिप लॉक करना इज ए बिग डील। यार कम से कम तुम एक चीज तो कह दो। पहले ऐसा कहते हो, फिर कहते हो कि ओनली 3। अरे यार ठीक है यार, आपको अफोर्ड कर, 3 ही लोग अफोर्ड कर सकते, कोई बात नहीं। हम हमको जो मिल रहा है हम उसमें खुश है ब्रो। तुम अपने खुशी के लिए दूसरों को नीचा दिखा रहे हो, क्या सेंस बनता है यार। या तुम अपनी बड़ाई भी कर सकते हो विदाउट किसी और को नीचा दिखाए, है ना। एंड अब पूरे आईजीसी में जब चीजें एकदम सही है, अब आपको दिख रहा है कि सोल एक्स गॉड लाइक भी हो रहा है, मतलब चीजें अब सही हो रही है कम्युनिटी में। ठीक है। आर इन टी एक्स सोल का भी, मैं तो बोलूंगा भी नहीं कि आर इन टी का सोल का कुछ हो रहा है इसमें, मैं सोल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को कुछ बोलूंगा भी नहीं, क्योंकि उसमें सारे बाकी चिल लोग हैं, अच्छे लोग हैं। आई डोंट नो ये क्यों बीच बीच में ऐसा, या आई डोंट नो ज्यादा हाइप्ड हो जाता होगा स्ट्रीम पे बैठ के। बट एटलीस्ट समझना चाहिए ना यार, तुम क्या बोल रहे हो। ब्रांड डील्स लॉक कराना ये तुम्हारा मेरा काम नहीं है। इसके लिए हम भी कभी कमेंट नहीं करते ये सब चीजों में। ये सब जो ओनर्स है हमारे और के वो देखते हैं, और उनको ही, जस्ट उनको ही पता है चैट कि कितना मेहनत लगता है एक ब्रांड डील लॉक कराने में। आप मेरे को बताओ चैट, एक ब्रांड डील लॉक कराने में कितना मेहनत लगता रहेगा। और फिर एट द एंड ऑफ द डे तुम ऐसे कमेंट कर रहे हो, और वो भी उसको जिसने कोई एक बैड इंटेंशन से कहा भी नहीं चीजें। मतलब हम अपनी खुशी बना रहे हैं, उसमें भी इसको दिक्कत है, उसमें भी इसको नीचा दिखाना है, उसमें भी इसको दिखाना है कि भाई हम ही बड़े। अरे भाई आप ही बड़े हो, ठीक है, चलो आप ही बड़े हो। बट यार हमको आके कुछ मत बोलो ना गलत सलत। हर बार तुम कुछ कह दोगे, फिर कोई रिटर्न में आंसर देगा, तो फिर आप आके बोल दोगे स्ट्रीम पे आई विल बी द बिगर पर्सन, चलो ये वो। बिगर पर्सन नहीं होता मेरी जान, बिगर पर्सन वो होता है जो माफ कर देता है। तो दिस टाइम विल बी द बिगर पर्सन। ठीक है। और ये सब बोलना छोड़ दो भाई अभी, अब सही चल रहा है लाइफ में सब कुछ, है ना। फिर ये सब तुम कहते हो, फिर चीज़ें हो जाती है, आप पोक करते हो, चीज़ें हो जाती है, फिर हेट मिलता है तो कहते हो हेट, हेट क्यों मिलता है। अब सब सही हो चुका है भाई। अगर मैं है, अगर मेरे जैसा इंसान अगर चुप हो गया है तो मतलब चीज़ें सच में सही हो चुकी है। कितने टाइम से कुछ नहीं कहा, आप लास्ट कब हुआ रहेगा यार। आप ही सोचो कब हुआ रहेगा। आप ही सोचो। सब कुछ कम्युनिटी में चिल है। आई डोंट नो, हर बार कुछ एक कमेंट आ जाता है फिर भसड़ मच जाती है। आई गेस ब्रो भी थिंकिंग ही इज द मेन कैरेक्टर। अरे है, चलो ठीक है यार, मेन कैरेक्टर हो आप हो। बट आप इतने अपने माइंड में ऐसा क्यों बना के रखे हो भाई कि हम ही हम हैं। अरे आप हो तो आप अपने तक रखो ना यार। आपका जो ओपिनियन है ये मतलब 10 लोग वो चीज से वो करे, सहमियत रखे, ऐसा नहीं होता। अब ये चीज से आप, तुम बोल रहे हो ये चीज, अब तुम तेरे मतलब बोलने से 10 लोगों के रिलेशंस खराब होते हैं। वो तो समझ नहीं आता कि 10 लोगों के रिलेशंस एक के कमेंट करने से खराब हो रहे हैं। क्या करे चैट, बताओ आप। मतलब ये चीज को तो इग्नोर भी क्या ही करे भाई, क्योंकि खुद रोहित भाई इतना गुस्सा हो रखे हैं। सब भाई, रोहित भाई, घातक, स्काउट, सारे के सारे, कि मतलब क्या बोल रहा है ब्रो ये स्ट्रीम पे आके, ये सब क्या कमेंट्स है। लेजिट। और ये चीज पे मेरे को और कुछ बोलना भी नहीं है। बस ये है भाई कि तुम भाई तुम्हारा देखो, हम अपना देख रहे। हर किसी के इसमें जाके मत करो पोक। और ये जो बोला है अब कल को, इतने मेच्योर सब है कि वो क्लियरली दिख रहा है कि टॉन्टिंग वाले वे में हमको अंडरमाइन करके तुम चीजें बोल रहे हो, है ना। जबकि हमने तुम्हें कुछ कहा भी नहीं है। भाई तुम कर रहे हो अपना, सब कुछ सही चल रहा है लाइफ में अभी। वो दिन ही मैंने क्लिप देखी थी तुम्हारी। इवन मैंने स्टैंड भी लिया था कि नहीं भाई जो तू कह रहा है वो सही है, ऐसा इतना हिट नहीं देना चाहिए। बट फिर एट द एंड ऑफ द डे तुम काम ही फिर वही कर देते हो। सब कुछ सही चल रहा है, सब कुछ बढ़िया चल रहा है। अब मेरे को अंदर की बातें तो नहीं अभी निकाल निकाल के बोलनी है ब्रांड डील्स को लेके, बट सब कुछ सही चल रहा है, सही चलने दो भाई। वहां पे इतने अच्छे लोग हैं, सब अच्छे से बात करते हैं, सब अच्छे से अपना अपना काम पे फोकस करते हैं। बस एक ही को दिक्कत है, एक ही को दिक्कत है, लेजिट। He thinks he is the level of रोहित भाई ब्रो, जस्ट इग्नोर दिस। इसका चलता रहता है, हमने पहले भी देखा है। हाँ देखो यार गाइस, हम हर बार इग्नोर करते हैं कि ठीक है, आके कहता रहता है जो भी है, इसका नेचर है, इसका जो भी है, ऑन स्ट्रीम कैरेक्टर है ऐसा, या ऑन स्ट्रीम पर्सोना ऐसा, हर बार आके कुछ ना कुछ बोलता है। चलो हमें नहीं बोलता, किसी और को बोलता है तो हमारा कंसर्न है भी नहीं, ठीक है। बट एक ही बंदा, आप नोटिस करो, एक ही बंदा सबको कहता है, एक ही बंदा लेजिट। तो आप ही समझ जाओ। लास्ट टाइम जेली का भी कुछ हुआ था, इफ यू नो, उस पे जेली को कितना हेट मिला था, वो आईजीएल को लेकर जिसमें जेली ने कमेंट कर दिया था, उसको जेली को लेके कितना हेट मिला था। तो इफ यू नो, एक ही बंदा है, और एक ही बंदे की वजह से ये सब चीजें होती है। एंड मेरे को मतलब उसके कुछ कमेंट नहीं करना, उसका जो पर्सनल फैन बेस है वो कुछ कमेंट नहीं करना, बट ये एक ही बंदा है जो हर किसी को उंगली करता रहता है। और चलो हम तो कह दिए चीजें आके, बाकी जो दब जाते रहेंगे, जो ये सब चीजों में नहीं पढ़ते रहेंगे, वो बेचारे के तो, वो तो ऐसे ही सोचते बैठ जाते रहेंगे ना, वो तो कुछ केवल नहीं सकते। सो यार, ये इग्नोर करने वाला टॉपिक नहीं था। बात अगर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन पे है, बात अगर रोहित भाई पे है, और मतलब बेसिकली उसने बहुत कुछ इनडायरेक्टली कह दिया था ये स्टेटमेंट में, कि हम जो भी है, मैं अपने मुंह से नहीं बोलना चाहूंगा, बस तुमने जो बोला वो हम समझ गए। बट तुम खुद की बड़ाई दूसरे को नीचा ना दिखा के भी कर सकते हो, ठीक है। और नेक्स्ट टाइम से प्लीज, हमारा जो भी, मैं तो अभी आरएनटेक्स में आऊँ, बट मेरे को इतना पता है कि रिलेशंस अच्छे हैं, तो वो एक के चक्कर में खराब नहीं करने, ठीक है। और एक ही एक है जो बार बार बोले जाता है। तो ये लास्ट टाइम था शर्ट, अब इसको लेके जिसको जो बोलना है बोले। एंड प्लीज भाई, आके बड़ा इंसान मत बन जाना, डोंट बी द बिगर पर्सन कि आई बी द बिगर पर्सन। चलो मैं अपोलोजाइज कर देता हूँ, गलती है तो भाई अपोलोजाइज करना ही पड़ेगा, और वो तो चाहिए भी नहीं हमको। चलो, अगर अपोलोजाइज कोई भी सेंस में करना है तो खुद को बदल के कर दो ऑन स्ट्रीम, ठीक है। क्योंकि मैं ऑफ स्ट्रीम जब मिलता हूँ, ऐसे तो बिल्कुल नहीं हो। ऑन स्ट्रीम आई डोंट नो क्या हो जाता है। सो अगर कुछ बिगर पर्सन बनना है तो खुद को ऑन स्ट्रीम चेंज करके बन जाओ, और तो कुछ नहीं भाई। बाकी क्या भाई, हम तो खुश है, हमारे तो स्पॉन्सर्स पूरे भरे हुए। Yep, chat. Now let's ignore this guy. Let's ignore this guy. बाकी आप बस इतना समझ जाओ कि देर इज ऑलवेज वन पर्सन हर सिनेरियो में जिसकी वजह से चीजें होती है। इतने टाइम हम मतलब, हमारा तो कोई कंसर्न भी नहीं था कि इतने टाइम वो क्या कहे ना कहे, क्योंकि उसमें वो हमको नहीं कह रहा था, दूसरों को कह रहा था। वो दूसरे दूसरे देखे उसमें, चलो हमें फर्क नहीं पड़ता, बट ये टाइम हमारे बारे में थी बातें, है ना। और अगर आपको, अगर वो क्लिप देखनी है जिसमें आप on RTX sponsors, ये
जी एंड आर एंड
हमारे 15 मैच में 3 गए
पूरे इंडियन गेमिंग सिनेरियो में हर कोई इसी के बारे में बात जी हो सकता
भी सेंस बनना चाहिए। इंटेंट आई थिंक है तो कुछ हुआ नहीं अभी तक कि मतलब आई थिंक एंड ऑफ द डे लाइक इयर्स ऑफ द
है ना।
क्या
मतलब दिल से बोलो जो आप बोलना चाहते हो।
मतलब But also, like, I mean, I think this one पहले पहुंचा नहीं था BMPS.
पता नहीं क्या हुआ, मतलब 6
क्या बोला
घंटे की वजह से हम
वो तूने एग्जांपल दिया.
हाँ, चैट सुनो, ये जो मुझे भी गुस्सा आया था.
और भाई
DX अगला टूर्नामेंट
अच्छा पोजीशन नहीं, मतलब अगर आप खेले इधर फाइनल फीलिंग लगती है.
कुछ प्लेयर्स भी थोड़ा
गुड प्लेयर इनके
रोहित भाई को कैसे मिले.
भी बात आई थिंक
कहाँ है?
फिर पता
क्या
नहीं
बोला
क्या
था?
हुआ था. कुछ क्या बोला यार, तुम पोच कर
सेंसी जो तू है
रोस्टर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इंडिया जिसकी पूरी जर्सी अभी तो नहीं कर सकते चेंज. कहां से करे? BGMS में हमारे RNDX में 2 नए स्पॉन्सर आ रहे हैं. यस
एक सेकंड.
हाँ, मतलब हमारी पूरी जर्सी सोल्ड फुल हो गई.
ओह शिट.
फर्स्ट Esports ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इंडिया जिसकी पूरी जर्सी
ओह शिट.
सोल्ड आउट है पूरी की पूरी. आज तक नहीं.
टचवुड. चैट इंडिया की पहली कोई E-sport ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जिसकी जर्सी सोल्ड आउट हो चुकी है. मतलब स्पॉन्सर्स के लिए अब जगह नहीं है. यहाँ 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 ठीक है, हर कहीं फुल हो गई है चैट.
फर्स्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन टू मेक इट. अभी तक किसी ने नहीं किया.
ब्रो
अभी 2 आएंगे यहाँ पे.
पाया होगा किस
हाँ, ये पहली बार हुआ.
दादू कैसे.
भाई आप बताओ इसमें क्या, किसको टारगेट, क्या गलत बोला है यार चैट? आप बताओ, किसी को कुछ बोला है यार? 3 बंदे अपना चिल कर रहे हैं, रोहित भाई, घातक, सेंसी अपना चिल कर रहे हैं, अपना अचीवमेंट के बारे में बता रहे हैं, अपना कि हमने ये पुल ऑफ करा है इतना बड़ा एक चीज, उसमें भी एक बंदे को नीचा दिखाना है। भाई यार कितना किसका मन छोटा हो सकता है यार। मतलब देखो, उसके कहने ना कहने से रोहित भाई को कम स्पॉन्सर्स आ रहे हैं या फिर जर्सी से एक स्पॉन्सर निकल जा रहा है, वो तो नहीं है, बट हमें बस उसकी मेंटालिटी आपको दिखानी कि हाउ सुपीरियर ही थिंक्स ऑफ हिम, कि कितना यार। देखो, आई नो यू आर प्राउड ऑफ योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, बट जो आपके भी ब्रांड डील्स है वो एक्चुअली में आप नहीं ला रहे हो, है ना? आप डील्स लॉक नहीं करा रहे हो, तुम्हारे जो ब्रांड डील्स है वो कोई और लॉक करा रहा है। ऐसा तो नहीं है आपके यहाँ पे यहाँ पे यहाँ पे और यहाँ पे जो ब्रांड डील्स है वो आपने लॉक कराया हो या आपने जाके बात किया हो ब्रांड से, है ना? वो कोई और लॉक कराता है। सो मे बी फॉर वंस यू कैन स्टॉप एक्टिंग एज अ ओनर। बस चैट इतना ही है। अब इसको इग्नोर करो, जो भी आके कह रहा है इग्नोर।
Tower. I feel like team try
Yeah,
and
ignore it.
drop on the split players of Ortiamba.
जिगॉर्ड को बुला। ओए
Just to make
जिगॉर्ड
sure you really hinder their rondo. So
आया
they're
क्या
going to smash
डिस्कॉर्ड?
them
I don't know.
literally in game 1.
Yeah, I want to see what the teams at the bottom are going to do, right? Like Weibo,
Abhi-
you've won this tournament before.
देखो अभी
Your
गुस्सा।
chances of winning this one are pretty.
अबे नियो भाई, सब इसकी नहीं है, पहले का भी उसका होता। तेरे को गॉब्लिन वाला मैटर तो पता ही होगा। कोई ना भाई,
happen here today. I want to see
गॉड को
every
बुला।
single
गॉड आई डोंट नो
strategy
क्यों
that
नहीं आ
could
रहा भाई।
possibly happen come out. To
डब्ल्यू
just
नेट
either
अबे
figure
आज
out
कुछ
his
है क्या
body or
चैट? आज
try
कुछ
to-
है क्या
try to win it, right? So we'll see. We'll see.
आज
what's
कुछ
gonna
है क्या
happen here.
चैट?
There's going to be a lot going down in the lobby. Of course, we're talking about the main question, which is who's going to become the champion, which is the main topic of conversation here going into this
Abhi-
event for the Macau Invitational. But also keep in mind, lads, we also have that big discussion as to who will be the next two, actually the last two PL teams
भूख लग रही है
qualify
यार।
for PMWC in Paris. Right now, all gamers kind of forget about all gamers because they're already in by winning their spring
आज
season
संडे है
in
ब्रो।
PL.
ओह
They 100% secure their ticket for Paris. So they're in. So only 2 slots remaining. And really
अबे
important.
दक्ष मादर
to
चोद
bottom,
रुक
they
जा,
really
भोसड़ी
had a
के
chance.
क्या स्पैम
Okay.
कर रहा है?
LGD, Thunder Talk, Weibo, and then Tiamba.
हाँ, मैं तो
was in
Discord पे
5th
बैठा
position.
हूँ।
As we stated, Tiamba,
आया
if they
Discord
want
पे।
to make it to Paris, they need to be top 2. So even if they don't win, they need to remain in 2nd position, Hodrix. Otherwise, the dream to make it to Paris will be long gone.
Yeah, and,
कौन
and,
भाई अरोरा फर्स्ट
they weren't
अरोरा
able
सेकंड चले अरे
to really extend that lead as much
मेरे
as
गॉड
they
से बाहर
wanted
देता है
to,
कोई
right? I
चिल
mean,
सीन
they
है
held on to it, but at one
वर्ल्ड
point they were
बिरयानी
30
डे
points up on second place, and now it's down to 4. So
इसकी टीम के
top 2 is not a given. That is for sure. They're going to have to make sure that they perform well.
चिले चैट
today
देखो
if they
हमें अपने एंड से जो बोलना था हमने बोल दिया
was it
बाकी
like a month? We're going to
अभी आगे आके क्या भी बोले यू नो अभी ऐपिंग होगी तो लेट्स जस्ट इग्नोर
started very, very soon. It's going to give these
उसने
players
कहा हमने
another
कहा
moment to
खत्म
really just think out what their strategies are going to be for Rondo coming up.
हाँ यार भाई जाया जीती ना मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगा भाई जाया लाइक
just quickly cancel it. Oh, there was an issue. Well,
मैं तो पहले ही यार आरटीएक्स में आने के पहले ही मैं जाया को ऐसे भी जाया की शिफ्ट बहुत दिखता था जाया मेरे को क्यों मेरे को पीसी गेमिंग बहुत पसंद है और जाया सारे गेम्स खेलती थी मेरे को बहुत पसंद है भाई and hard working है जाया
and
और
doesn't have as many buildings
actual
as Yulin.
gamer है
Yulin, I
भाई
feel like it's just a lot more interesting and gives you a lot more opportunities to actually just go and sweep from the outskirts towards the middle compared to Neox. It's got you got to control the roof, you got the main building with the arena, then you got the outskirts in test track, which always there could be an off angle there that really just shuts down
क्यों
your
नशा
rotation
तेरा
outside
होया
of Neox.
होया
So I feel like, yeah, Neox has just been kind of abandoned by these
क्यों नशा
international
तेरा
level teams,
होया
and Yulin
होया
is the new main hot drop in Rondo, and not gonna lie, I'm loving it. It's surrounded by a ton of recalls, and the buildings are just really cool to play around for some clutches.
रिकॉर्ड बोल रहा है कैंप
Yes, they
रिकॉर्ड
are.
की
Yeah,
शिम लैग हो
Yulin
रहा
has
है
been
मतलब
where the party has been happening, and I expect that to happen here. as
अच्छा
well.
डिस्कॉर्ड ज्वाइन करेगा तो
Let's look
लैग
at this.
होगा
You can see these players just.
हाँ कोई ना यार चिल सीन है भाई
He's meditating. You know, he's just thinking.
क्यों नशा तेरा होया होया
He's the one that didn't join the lobby. Yeah, it's because of it.
All we need is another 30-point game. You know what I'm saying?
कुछ लोग
Oh, that was so crazy to see our
यो भाई
team
if
bust out a
you
30
see my message
bomb
can you
right
give
at
any
the
response
end
भाई
yesterday.
आपने कौन सा मैसेज
So
किया यार आपका
proud of
मैसेज
what they
को
were
दिख
able
नहीं
to
रहा
do,
है
man. I always,
Chat.
it's always impressive to me to see a squad do something like that, especially in this lobby period. But for the last game of day 2 to put them in contention to possibly even win this thing is wild.
Yeah, it was really a tough game for RRQ on that Miramar. I'm really impressed the way they were able to hold control of that mountain pretty much the entirety of that game. Even when they get pushed away by Influence Rage, they still subvert expectations and claim that chicken dinner, which I really was not expecting. Massive for them, and actually does put them pretty comfortably overall in the leaderboards. So we'll see if RRQ can actually look to push out of the 4th position up in the podium, which is super realistic. Hodrix, they got a 3-point gap between themselves and Influence Rage, a 12-point gap between themselves and Aurora, and a 16-point gap between themselves and Chiamba. So RRQ, if they actually drop another 30-point bomb, man, Smash Zone, it's technically doable for themselves and also Influence Rage. So it's looking strong for the top 2, but anyone around top 5 position could make it on this Rondo if they go absolutely crazy mode.
Well, here we go. We've talked about the storylines. We've broken down the
भाई Discord में मेरे को DM
Now
कर दो
it's
यार
time
आप
to
ना एक
see
काम
who
करो
delivers when it matters the most. Match 1 starts now. It's Rondo, the place where you can get the most eliminations. And let's see who's gonna get him here.
सब count
Oh, hey, X marks
अबे
the
ये क्या है
spot,
भाई
baby.
ये क्या प्लेन पाते हैं तो heck
Let's see how this is gonna roll
Attack,
out.
chat.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go guys, 100 subs to go
I
for
know you are, Max. Let's get into it.
Well, this sucks if you're on the Eastern
100
plane because
subs
you
to
can't
go,
make it to
chat.
Yulin. If your plan was to go to Yulin and you're on the Eastern plane, it ain't happening. You got to go for a secondary option, which could be or Danqing, which right now KRX are going for that location in a 3-1 split with QXE over to the eastern side near Jadina City, or you go for Neox. Right now, though, you can see the amount of teams in Yulin is going to be way lower than what you would really expect with a good plane path. You have Al Ula, Aurora, D plus Kia also joining the fray. Only 3 teams, and we've seen way more in this area in the past. Actually, no, also LGD is going to be there. They were hiding in the distance, so 4 teams involved in this Yulin hot drop.
अबे उसको
Joel with
car
the car 98, and he hits it on the Ling.
अबे भाई
This goes down though. Joel, that practice in the TDM
We got it!
playing out. What's going on? This is insane.
अबे ये लोग
You
क्या
win.
खेलते हैं भाई
It is going nuts.
Literally, that was an insane save. Oh my goodness, Reefer still gets taken on out, but what a good spray with the M249. Zioldo got to try and reposition. Fury has got the utility, so do D+.
ये क्या क्वालिटी इन लोगों की यार इतनी आती है भाई
This is the interesting part really about this compound as the nade comes out from Ayala. The ex-Team Kesso player just shutting him down, and Aurora still got 3 eliminations. But you know what? That killing spree might be cut short as they have to go for the recall. Doc will be the recall player, right?
भाई
over
वीडियो
to the
में तो
western
कहाँ
edge.
बनाता हूँ भाई?
So
कौन
don't
सी
be
वीडियो
too scared,
बनाता हूँ?
Fuziol and Reefus, but
Yeah,
Fury
man.
again focusing
Like,
why
ये
they
सब है क्या?
currently are in the top 4. And with that elimination, do deny the tie with RRQ.
Oh, great knock there from Ayala with that nade, but an even better
भाई,
one though
cover
from
देखा आप
Zol,
लोगों ने?
dude, hitting the car 98 iron sight to get the knock. Those TDMs really paying off here. And now we're gonna see Top run out into the open here. He's gonna be in a battle with Quick. He sees him.
Wait.
Quick has no idea.
Hot big information. Bigatron are camping out Doc with a recall tower. That's why Doc didn't get the recall. Bigatron are camping out the entirety of Aurora. You can't see it right now. I can see it on the map. Things are looking pretty bad for
अबे
Aurora.
105 106 Smash point कितना था? 116.
The Smash Zone might not be in reach on game one. As they go, good cleanup. But yeah, looking at Doc's POV, he had to leave because Bigatron, they're scouting. They're looking. They're on the hunt. Doc, can he make it to another recall tower?
Run. I think that's why we saw Top try to disengage that completely. I think he was trying to get a recall tower himself just in case Doc couldn't find it. But now Doc's in trouble. Yeah, he's hiding. Running for his life at this point. That definitely want to keep an eye on that because if Aurora get taken out here, that is going to open the door for so many other teams on the leaderboards. Schweppes gets a nice knock on
Chad
Dakani.
बहुत intense होने वाला है
But
पता है आप लोगों को
Aurora
देखो ना
in
top 6
trouble.
तक
Possibly getting eliminated
Smash
early
point
here.
बस 3-4 लोगों ने Smash point activate हो जाए
Tiamba
मजा आ
just
जाएगा
loving this, right?
The whole lobby is.
Already 3 players down. They still have not done the recall. Something's
3-4
cooking up
लोगों का
over
एक बारी
there.
में हो जाए Smash
So
point
Tiamba
activate
just going to try and play it slow because you know
Tiamba
what, the
jersey.
main competition
Oh,
has
yeah,
been
jersey, Tiamba
wounded
jersey.
quite significantly. Though making it over to the other hot drop location, it's actually going to be a little bit more presence here.
ये
than I
esports
initially
arena
expected.
मारती
It's
बहुत है
gonna be
but
S2G,
जब हगती है तो
Arena,
बहुत
and
हगती है
also
और
the side of
मारती है तो
all
बहुत
gamers.
मारती
But
है
really, the ninth position, all gamers need to go absolutely ham in this opening game. It's going to be lost here, trying to hold the angle behind that door, gets the first knock here onto Maple.
अबे
CG also good
क्या
assisted
प्यारा
shot,
मारा
but at the end, Lost will get overwhelmed. Neyoo, Flower H, looking to confirm Lost, I believe, as I see HamCG trying to join up, but E-Arena got a great
Smash कितने
third-party
तक है?
opportunity.
116.
This fight should be an
116
easy
points
win
per
for
Smash.
E-Arena in that engage.
Yeah, let's see what Arena's going to do. Yeah, they should have this.
Vamos!
HamCG just trying to get these eliminations. Not going to be able to do it as all gamers. Flower are going to get the better of them. And now here comes the Arena. Flower, nothing he can do. That is what
Vamos!
you do, folks. If you get a chance to get that third party, you got to get it. And now all gamers
भाई live
are
के
gonna
highlight
get
डाला
their
करो
revive
लाइव
going.
के हाईलाइट तो यार
But
लोग
it
नहीं
does
देखते
look like Doc
वो
ends
दूसरा
up
चैनल
getting to that
बनाऊंगा तो
revive
दूसरे
tower
चैनल पे
after all.
maybe
So Aurora all back up, safe and sound.
Yeah, I was looking at the minimap, so Bigatron was just rolling around, just couldn't find Doc, so he was playing a good game of hide and seek, and he does get the full reset. So, that could have been really bad for Aurora, and Tiamba, I believe, have seen that, you know, with the player count going up, probably Aurora got fully reset here in this game, and they will go
अरे
back
यार
to
spam मत करो यार
not going for round 2 in Newland
कैसे नहीं लगता है जब chat slow चलती है तो spam कर दूंगा फटफट तो Neyoo देख ले What the fuck bro
at the very start of this game, getting himself so many eliminations. Those claws from Al-Ula finally joining the fray, getting a little bit deeper in that city. And Furia taking some casualties. Though, actually, I'm looking at the minimap. I don't
fuck
see
you
a
do,
Furious
bro?
split player. Are all the players
पाशा
of
अपने
Furia
YT
in
पर
it?
1 मिलियन के लिए कुछ
I
अलग
don't
क्यों
know.
नहीं करते
Furious down
अबे 1
3,
मिलियन
yeah,
तो होने दे
already.
पहले
Where is that final
लाडले
player? That's going to be the question.
1
literally
मिलियन
can't
होने
see
को
him. I'm
बहुत
looking
टाइम
at
है
everyone on the
I
map,
can't.
and I cannot spot that
मार
player
इसको!
of Furia. Where is he? Is he on a wrangle or something? Where?
Aula.
What's going on?
Oh,
there he is. Wait, it's Chief.
Oh,
He's
oh no.
They sent all 4 players inside Yulin.
Oh,
no.
Chief's going to have to do something if he wants to keep his team alive here. And that is a crazy strategy. They were hoping for those eliminations. Nobu just finds the toes of Claws and
भाई हिमाचल कब आएगा
pedicure
घूमने
right there. Not the one that he was paying for, that's for sure.
जब मुझे और थोड़े
Gonna
स्पॉन्सर्स
have
आएंगे
to make something
Mar!
happen, but Chief even more gets Nobu. That kind of opens the door for Chief here. Chief needs to just find a way to exit. Needs a way to get to the revive tower. And
He
now
stole it.
I think he's just playing this very quiet, which is not a
He
bad
did steal
idea
it.
here. Yeah, if you're Chief, just play it silent. If you could avoid this engagement altogether, that's great. But it's coming.
Yeah, I did say maybe all 4 players went inside. Maybe they had a recall player that just got camped out. That could be the scenario that happened for Furia. Though
But
Quick, he's really been quick on the pivot, quickly joining the fight. Now it's going to be a 1v1v1 sequence here. Still Chief is out there for Furia. He might be looking for third party this time. Having to swap over to the secondary weapon here. It's going to be the Quick connecting. Secures the headshot to Chips. And that is it. What a win from Quick, taking down pretty much the entirety of D+. But Chief now stranded in a 1v1. There is still hope in the shadows here that Furia can redeem this match.
Well, he has the health, but Quick's got that quickness. Let's see what he can do. Chief.
भागा है भाई चिप्स ने. अब और लेफ्ट पिक पता है बहुत
the
टफ रहता है
moves,
लेफ्ट
man.
पिक
He's gonna
फाड़ेगा.
have to do it though. Quick's got a nade. Oh boy, yeah, he's gotta know what's coming. Jumping out the window, nice safe and sound. For now, Quick has a shotgun, so Chief wants to avoid the CQC fight. If he could just leave, he would. But he's gonna end up challenging it here. Shotgun. Can he hit the shot?
Oh.
Chief keeping his team alive.
Oh.
What a clutch play from Chief. And now he's just going to be trying to play this
अच्छा मार रहे
very
बे फ्यूरिया.
carefully
फ्यूरिया किधर चल रही है?
and get the heck out of
Furia
dodge here.
third
He's got
चल
to
रही है
find a
bro.
recall tower very, very fast. You know his team is so high.
Yeah, they're like, yes,
अबे अकेला बचा था क्या लास्ट ईयर अगर इसकी पेटी
By the way,
बनता तो
looking at the fight, Quick should have hit the shots with his shotgun. The fact that we see Chief get the win with the Honey Badger in CQC right there, shouldn't really happen. But you know what?
भाई
He
वीक में
had
कम से
some
कम
really
2 बार
good
तो
shimmies
BGMI
there
लाइव करो.
around the side of the staircase to get that win. So GG.
ले कॉप दिए ले भाई.
Few eliminations.
Let's go
there.
chat
They
जो भी
had
स्ट्रीम पे
90
न्यू आए
at the
लाइक
start of this game,
सब्सक्राइब
so
करो
that's
भाई क्या
5
सब
early eliminations plus
Tuesday हो
normally a
जाएंगे
full reset thanks to Chief. He saved the day twice, actually, when you look at this lineup. He's doing it this game on Rondo, and that one Miramar game, Hodrix, where he was hiding next to that buggy, and he got, what was it, top 2, I believe, as a solo against Aurora. He's really keeping the entirety of his team in the conversation here for the championship, though it's a very
टियानबा डेड
circle
सेंटर
too.
भाई.
Teams on the west, especially
अबे
towards the
chat
end,
कल
have to
last
go
match
for
में
the
RR को
rotate
comeback
as now
देखा था.
Influence Rage, third place team now, looking to take the flash onto
भाई
the,
last
sorry,
तो
the
मत आना
clash
यार.
onto Weibo. As they're getting pushed all over the place,
Gonna sip
surrounded fully. As instant defense of Little Boy gets it done. That's going to put them up to 4 eliminations total. Good start from them. And Weibo, really, after taking another L here, this is really going to lock them down at the very bottom of those leaderboards.
Yeah, Weibo.
Suki.
Just couldn't get it done in this tournament. Very unfortunate for them. Influence Rage.
क्या हो गया रे वेबो को?
Now third place. Look at that. 5 eliminations. Everybody is up. Great start for this team.
Really fantastic start, though. Can't really say the same for Aurora. Sure, they got himself a few eliminations, but
फिर
here's
से
gonna be
LGD
them
का
taking
fight.
a full-on fight with LGD. And looking at their loadout, it seems like after their recall, they just didn't get a lot of ammo. One of the players is literally down to their last clip and a half, so really undiluted as Reefus. He's going to get knocked. Zyol, beautiful nade onto Ling S. Mao, though, trying to secure a bit of an off angle right behind Reefus and Zyol, so you've got to be careful to not get fully surrounded. That can really shut down your entire match. Chan going on the offensive once more. LGD really wants to take down the entirety of the Mongolian team.
Yes, they do. And meanwhile, Bigatron and Influence Rage are battling it out. And it does look like BTR is going to put a punishment onto
अबे अरोरा का यही है भाई.
But Doc
एक अच्छा
now
खेलते
starting
10
to move
में
here.
अब कंसिस्टेंट
Maybe
ही
trying
नहीं
to
है.
find it. No, I think he's just taking off. Yeah, so he is out of here as top is down. And now it's going to be up to
देखो
Doc
ये
to make
मैच
something
अच्छा
happen.
करना था, ये मैच चोक कर दिया.
I mean, the thing that is really problematic is that Doc was the recall player, meaning he still has an extra life. His teammates, that was their second life already. They're done. They're out of the game. Doc is going to be left as a solo the entire match. So now, when you're in a situation like this, you just want to
Rondo अच्छा नहीं खेलते. हाँ ना, Rondo इनका भी देखा है, notice किया.
Survive as long as humanly possible. Even if you just get 2-3 points total, that's still going to get you close. Your team way
Second
closer
P3
to the 116-point threshold to make into that smash zone. So Doc a lot on the line for him.
इनको 116 टच करना है वैसे
Actually,
ना.
he's almost tied up here, Aurora, with Chambas. Chambas been very silent, not involved in
Chamba
any
तो
fights,
dead
but that could
center
change right
में
now
भाई.
as Bigatron encroaching
Rondo
on
इनका
Chambas'
strong map
compound.
नहीं है अरोरा का.
There's Tianbo. Milu getting some little shimmies here. Playing it very
TSMP ऐसे ही
quietly
खेलती
here.
थी पर
They're
एक मैच
waiting
ऐसा
to get into
खेलते थे
that
कि
late
सब
game. So no eliminations,
हाँ.
right? They didn't get
अभी
any of those
consistent
hot
नहीं थे.
droppy limbs that
हमारा
we
एक कोई
normally
मैच ही
see.
आता था जिसके वजह से हम टॉप पे रहते.
They're just
भाई
looking
वो
to
दूसरी
kinda get
लैंग्वेज
into
करके
endgame.
देख. कोरियन है, चाइनीज बेटर क्वालिटी है,
Everybody
इंग्लिश
already
वाले
set
से
up in the
उस साल के
circle. This
शेप
is
में
still
वो.
very, very early.
अरे
We
यार,
still have a couple actually
चाइनीज
players
समझती है
and teams
आपको.
that are not
समझ
in.
में तो
Doc
आना
from
चाहिए.
Aurora
क्या बोल रहा
is
है?
trying to make a bold rotation down south. You got E-Arena up top. Al-Ula as well.
Fight
Beauty
का
are going to be moving down to the north side. Let's see where this next circle is going to go, though. Okay, it's going to go down south where all
Tianba
that
dead
congestion
center है
is.
भाई Tianba वहाँ
Oh
पे.
boy, and Tianba dead center are going to be looking to get active.
You see how many red teams there are? I know I keep
Crazy.
repeating that, but
Actually.
literally, it's looking like the
अबे
Chinese flag on
मेरे
the
क्या
map.
नाना है मेरे चाचा चाइना से.
It's
Yeah,
just-
it's red all over the place.
It's wild.
Don't know who's an ally or a foe as Fiore
चलो chat.
finally make it out.
Prediction
of the
बताओ
blue.
कि
Though
कौन
we can't really say
champion
the same
बनेगा.
for Arena. If you saw the
Yeah.
map feed for split
Morocco
second there, they're still
Invitational का.
near
Morocco है ना?
stadium, so they got a
Macau
bit of a
Invitational
massive
का champion
rotation
कौन
to pull
बनेगा?
off. But they still got some eliminations. You know what? Arena up to 79 points. will have to use maybe a few of their stims and meds.
Tianba
to
first day
tank
से
that
अभी
losing
तक first
damage,
है.
but as long as it's not phase 4 and 5, you are good
Maintain
to
कर रखा
go.
है Tianba ने.
But Furia, I feel like, yeah, as you said, they were definitely applauding their teammate after he got himself that clutch, able to outlive all of the
Legit बताओ भाई, सही से बताओ.
really Furia. If they lose that one, I feel like a gap
Influence rage को भूल नहीं सकते भाई. Influence rage चुपचाप बैठी है,
how
चुपचाप.
consistent they were on day 2. So actually them able to get the full reset genuinely might have just saved them ordering to win here if they can take it the entire way.
Yeah, it's totally possible. I mean, Furia have a great start. Influence Rage as well. So Influence Rage are going to still have all 4 up. And if either of these teams win this game with that many points, with a great amount of eliminations, I mean, we could easily see them hit the smash zone here.
सोचो.
So
ये मैं smash
so
complete करके next में chicken मार दिया. Oh fuck, bro.
These teams in the middle desperately need the win as well, man. I mean, we're going to see just teams play this very, very carefully. That's why we're into Rondo, 13 minutes in,
ऐसा रहता है ना कि 116
61
क्रॉस करने का कोई भी मैच में
remaining.
चिकन मारो हो
The
जाएगा.
only players out so far are from Aurora.
And they can't get recalled. So Doc with the Roadster, the brand new quickest vehicle in the game. Could be good to try and dodge a few bullets coming your way, but it's going right next to Tianba. Oh no, okay, yeah, definitely want to do a bit of a U-turn. That would be the worst. I mean, especially if they do get the final elimination, you know Tianba are just going to play it super safe, because the thing is, Tianba, even though it's a Rondo, you don't have to go for big elimination games. Decently consistent top 3, even top 5 with a few eliminations there. And you know what, Tianba making in the smash in game 1 alone. So that is what they're going to try and go for. So this is a bit scary of a situation, though, where a team is looking to get in the Smasher and Hot Tricks and they start playing very passive. That is when teams that are looking to be more aggressive and try and catch up to the top squads can really start to do some big mistakes. So Tianba, I know what you're trying to do, but you've got to be careful. If you're forced in a situation where you need to play aggressive, don't just try and retreat and play it very slow. You need to commit to the fights when they come your way.
Yes, you do. You cannot hesitate at this point. Doc gonna blow up that vehicle. He found a spot in this circle and is actually pretty dead center. But yeah, let's see how long he's gonna be able to last in this position.
Smash rule is there.
Great,
Smash rule.
but you're not gonna be able to tell him terraform at all. Yeah, he's dead center zone. Let's see where this next zone decides to go here. Okay, it's gonna go back down south. We are going to see a lot of players eliminated now. 54 seconds on the clock. Furia are going to have to push on in. We're going to have to see pretty much the entire lobby have to push into this next zone. The only teams that are really set up so far are going to be D+, RRQ, All Gamers, and Tianba.
बस अकाउंट तो लगा रहे सब मार दे रहे हो भाई.
They're already going to make the move here. Doc now having to defend his position. This rock, he's like, this is my rock. Got one.
Yeah, he gets them a little bit closer to that smash zone. One player
अबे माँ कसम मैं मजाक भी नहीं कर रहा चैट. इसके पास थोड़ा स्पेस रहता ना, थोड़ा स्पेस रहता ना इसके पास, ये पेल दिया रहता. इसके पास थोड़ा स्पेस रहता ना, पेल दिया रहता.
From all the teams look in their direction, but still, as you can see on the rankings, that does put Aurora up in first place, tied up with Tianba. It's going to be down to the wire between those two squads.
Yeah, we're going to see, maybe not, though, because, I mean, we got a lot of match left to go here, and the question is, who's going to win it? And also, how far are Aurora going to go down on the leaderboards? Hamsuji does get a little bit of a room here with this dip, but it's not steep enough. Yeah, he's like, you know what, we got to do a little bit more digging here before I take this position.
AJ.
अबे यार China का बस Tianba अच्छा खेल रहा है भाई. Everybody, there's quite a few teams that have found a position in this next zone, but Bigatron are going to have to push on out.
Furia ले जा रही है. Furia ले गई तो भाई बहुत intense हो जाएगा. फिर तो 4 contenders हो जाएंगे.
Does look like Furia are sneaking into this next zone as well. Man, these rotations so crazy. I'm surprised we didn't see more teams get beat up on rotate here.
Yeah, by the way, we did have a full reset from Alula despite losing a lot of their players back in Newlands, so they're going to be back in this game in a form. As Influence Rage
Lil boy
out in their scope, they're going to be spotting them from a distance. And Influence Rage not even in a circle, so Alula, that is a fight that I wouldn't recommend taking just yet.
Just
wait for them to move
यार
up.
हो सकता है अरोरा और टियानबा के रेस में, क्योंकि देखो स्मैश पॉइंट ही तो कवर करना है. और ये मैच में अगर टॉप 4 में से कोई भी अच्छा खेला तो ये पॉइंट मैच में
if you're going to get eliminated, do it now. Otherwise, that is going to be you fully out of the game if you get eliminated.
फिर तो एक्टिवेटेड है, फिर कोई भी अच्छे कर मारो खत्म.
Fight. This time, not Aurora. It's going to be on the boys from Furia that really just can't catch a break, it seems.
Yeah, they definitely can't. Chief, up close. Igor, a little bit too far.
मेरे को तो लग रहा है स्मैश पॉइंट से ही जीतेगा, स्मैश रूल से ही जीतेगा कोई ना कोई.
LGD, right there.
ऐसा रहता है ना कि 116 क्रॉस करने का कोई भी मैच में मारो. ऐसा थोड़ी रहता है कि 116 क्रॉस करते हैं नेक्स्ट मैच में ही चिकन मारना है.
But now LGD got their eyes towards D+ Kia. This is kind
Cross
of a
करते
very
next match में
interesting
थोड़ी chicken
situation.
मारना
This is one of
रहता है.
those spots where you kind of want to just hold it, wait for the next zone, and depending on where that next circle goes, then to start to push. But LGD starting to creep up onto
LGD
Nobu.
यार का अपने देश की टीम
Yeah,
है मेरे को
Nobu
लग रहा है.
just laying down right now, just waiting for
Smash rule
anybody
में
to
क्या
cross
होता
his
है?
path.
Smash rule बता दो यार.
High ground, good
Ayala.
spot to Ayala. He's trying to get prone again. Oh, literally just a few pixels able to be hidden away
LGD अच्छा
over that ridge.
B वाले मैच.
LGD, though, actually, because of their position, D plus
Oh.
is going to try and deny them peeking over. They just get instantly put down to
नोल्बू
just
बहुत गंदा
insanely
बैठा है.
low
नोल्बू
HP.
एक को तो खाएगा
Lucky.
आराम
But
से.
Noble just
वो
doing
कब
no
खाएगा?
noise with his teammate, really hoping they can get a bit of a back to that situation. As Chamber for the very first time in this game, looking to do a quick exit outside of this compound, which is in a circle, by the way. They're taking a bit of a risk, but it is going to pay off on
Arre,
Bigatron
Neyoo.
as they already get all those eliminations up to now.
QZ बचा है ना?
109 points.
Wow, Tianba leaving the safety of that building to go out and get some of these eliminations. And they do. So now with this next zone,
All
look at that.
gamers?
All gamers.
उतने दूर
XCZ
से?
with a beautiful nade onto QZZ. That is going to hurt him. Aking starting to throw some smokes. But it's going to be
Boss
tough
knock कर
to
दिया
save
किसने?
his teammate. And yeah,
उतार
that is
खींच.
all over. Oh, in the box! They got the elimination and said, all right, see ya.
Youngs the Pico
अबे इधर देखो ना इनका नाम XZ
Their compound is
QZ.
not in zone anymore, so actually that was a really good
अब देखना INF कैसे
move.
ऊपर
Maybe they
जाएगी.
just predicted that. Yeah, it is very unlikely the
INF
circle's
का
going
pose
to
ही
fade
क्या
out
है?
of compound, so might as well send it on Bigatron while
देख
they are in
नोल्बू
a
ने बोला ना
weakened
खाएगा
state.
एक नोल्बू.
Very good responsiveness from Champion. Now 7 points away, Hot Shoots, but as 2 players alone, we might have no players making in the Smash Zone. Actually, it's more likely Influence Rage could be the one to make it up there as they're up to 98, almost to the 100-point club. But now this is going to be the big fight. Look at the setup of D+ here. LGD, I would say, taking the fight to D+ would not be the best way to do it. I would go for maybe a wide western rotation to the likes of KRX or even Furia because D+ are fully ready for the fight as they spray them down, scare them off. LGD not willing to take that fight.
Nobu backing off for now. And it makes sense. This is outside of the play zone. I think both these teams need to kind of focus on trying to get into this next one because Furia.
DK World Champion थी कौन World Champion थी?
But this is a nice split
कौन World
between
Champion
D+.
था? DK या DRX?
They are
DK
rocking
थी ना?
2 already in this next circle. And Nobu
leave.
and Sizzy, yeah. Get in the vehicle. Avoid this engagement. Let's get with the rest of our team and try to soak up some points later on.
I really thought LGD was just going to disengage, but no, they can actually just reposition very slightly to have a better ridge line and actually just fight D+ Kia. So what I thought was going to be a passive approach actually was just a quick
DK
repositioning
जीती
plan.
2023-24 में जीती थी ना DK.
Yeah, I love that play from D+ Kia. Just tighten up that 2-2 split into a 4-man position. And now, even those cover flares, I really don't think, Hotrix, that's going to be saving the day for LGD. As the blue zone is going to be on them in just a few seconds worth of time. That damage of phase 5 is going to be quite significant.
INF कहाँ
Now
पे?
over to the other side
INF
of the
Luffy की
circle, it's
INF.
gonna be back onto
ओए
Timber,
Luffy की
down
टीम
to
पे INF थी
Equal
ना?
and Aking. Aking in particular putting up massive numbers during
Timber
the
की
entirety
खत्म.
of this event.
मारा तो था
But not having
DRX ने.
QZZ. Now that could be a little bit to
यहाँ
the
था बे
detriment of
dog.
Tiamba
ये देख.
not
कितना
having
अच्छे
the
पोजी
main
पे था dog.
MVP contender here for this event out of the picture
नहीं but मर
entirely.
ही जाता dog eventually.
But you know what? Still a decent
आज
bit.
tired
It's
हो
in
रहा है, chat
circle.
देखो.
Who knows? Maybe they can get those extra 7 points to make it in the Smash Zone.
They're going to try, that's for sure. So is the rest of the lobby. Influence Rage looking very dangerous.
उसका नाम INF God है. INF God मतलब क्या होता है?
He can put some nice pressures there onto KRX. And we are getting into the end game here. 35 players remaining. Hamsuji ended up getting that knock there. Al Ula are eliminated in 7th place. But I have a big feeling we're going to see one team.
Oh, no, Pedrino!
Oh, Pedrino!
Oh, he put the cover flare on himself. Oh, that's terrible when that happens. Oh, no. Influence Rage. Losing one. Maybe he gets the reset, but that is actually the worst thing that could happen. Luckily enough, they are in a decent position in the circle, Hot Jukes, but going out that way, oh, that's a feels bad man moment.
That has got to hurt. Literally.
INF का लिल बॉय और फेडरल काफी अच्छा मारता है यार बहुत.
still
लिल बॉय
have
भी
two
बहुत
up.
पुराना
They're
प्लेयर है.
trying to make
फेडरल
some
तो
moves.
पता ही है तुम्हें.
Influence
वो
Rage.
19
Did they
20
end
का
up getting up?
प्लेयर
I
है.
think he did, yes.
Longship पे गए.
They have all 4. And
KRX से तो
now,
भूखा है.
the calm before the storm. Stage 6. But this is out of circle here, so Tianba are going to have to push up, but it's going to be so difficult for them to get into this next zone. But let's see what they can do. Maybe they can try to sneak some eliminations here. As this battle is going to be raging out between Influence Rage and Thundertalk outside of the circle. AJ gets a nice knock on a little boy. And, yeah, I think they have to give him up.
Top 2 after this फेडरल को
They need to
देखकर
win this
तो
fight. If they want to make it to
कोचिंग की
PMWC, they
जर्सी याद आ
can't afford to
जाता
fumble
है.
against Influence Rage. They do get an extra knock.
कोचिंग की
off the
जर्सी नहीं
last.
था वो दूसरा
Out yet, don't give them any
ये
room
कोचिंग की
for
जर्सी था. वो
comeback.
रुइंस वाला जर्सी था.
Influence Rage.
अबे influence range को तो
8
पेलम
mile.
भोपाल दे रहे भाई ये लोग.
The Blue Zone not going to be making any friends with the Brazilian team. And AJ's done some great peeks here, really just jiggling all over the place, making sure they can't secure that headshot. His movement is looking top tier. Though Chiamba finally getting pushed up on that ridgeline, but XCZ getting a little bit too aggro and instantly punished. What a play. Now up to 111 points.
Tiamba getting that much closer to that smash zone. All they need is 5 more, but good luck trying to get into this next circle. Eagle, yeah, on fire. Goodbye. Tiamba out of there. And with 0 placement points, we are going to possibly see some more matches for sure. Who knows, though? We got Influence still alive. Okay, they are gone. Goodbye. Okay, so that is the top 4 teams gone. Now it's a chance, right, for RRQ, Nongshim Red Force to put up a good game here and possibly usurp the top teams in our leaderboards.
Especially E-Arena, with their position in the circle, I'm telling you, they could easily hold off the likes of All Gamers, even Thunder Talk, and RRQ. So that's going to be the big clash to see very soon. E-Arena versus RRQ if they go for a crash onto their location. Though All Gamers on the minimap, you can see it here. They're going for the engage. Flower H is going to be the first to fall. Nice headshot secured onto him. As Neyoo will be the next to get eliminated. And All Gamers are getting absolutely wrecked upon that transition. Nothing works out as planned, but same for STG. They've been here for the longest time. And you know what? It really goes to show that if Doc was remaining undetected, he could have made it so far in this game, get maybe enough points to make it a smash zone. S2G, unfortunately, that rock is just not in the zone anymore. The nades are huge. Kami is out. It's down to HamCG, the MVP contender from Turkey.
These are some great eliminations here for Nongshim. Now that's 93 points so far. The hard shift of this circle, this zone just straight went yeet all the way on over to D plus Kia.
DK के पास पूरा zone है, by the
this
way.
game. They are in 10th place right here. If they want to get a chance at first, they need to win this game. And the door is open considering that our top 4 teams are already out of here. RRQ 30 games to end yesterday. Put them in such a good position. 0 eliminations now, but they have a decent spot. Let's see if they can start getting some limbs here now as they push onto E-Arena. Here we go. Dead Boss hopping out the vehicle, gets swept. Put in a blender here. He gets knocked as well. That's E-Arena eliminated.
ये तो गया. Happening there for a second.
हमसू तो गया.
Onto the POV of one of the players of RRQ, and they do get himself a good fight in those smokes. It's really hard to get it. The nade coming out onto HamCG. He does tank it a little bit further.
HamCG?
Get some damage on
HamCG
been an XEY, but I feel like that next nade is going to be the nail in the coffin. It's a good throw. It gets it done. That's it. S2G out of the game, locked in 14th position. Actually, that's going to be a good extra 4 placement points. But now 3 teams.
ये वाले aggressive team है भाई. All in team.
Plus Kia 2 South Korean teams and 1 Indonesian team.
अब DK zone के बाहर और Nongshim zone के
अंदर.
और RRQ के पास तो सबसे अच्छा zone है भाई. Back clear पूरा.
They are on fire. 94 points. RRQ at 93. D plus.
Intense tournament हो रहा है chat.
Intense, folks.
मजा आ रहा है. And chicken dinner वाला smash point
there. Remember, first place 10 placement points. 116 is the mark. Though. Any team's able to hit 116.
22 points.
The next game, all they got to do is win one more. And this tournament is over. D plus far away from that mark. And they want to close that gap right here and right now. So let's see what D plus can do. They got a lucky zone shift before, but not this time. The zone does move away from them. Nobu is in this circle though, and Nobu gets a nice knock. So the rest of his team, yeah, going to be rotating onto him. A beautiful rotation from D plus Kia here.
I mean, really, if you are the side of Nongshim or RRQ, want to get as many points as possible this game, just so in maybe the next match on the rank,
rotation
in the smash zone.
Yes.
So that's going to be what they're hoping for. And this will be a very important finish, actually, Hodrix, to deny points. If you cannot win this game, go out to the blue zone or nade yourself, Molotov yourself. I don't care. You don't want to give those extra points to your direct competition here for the trophy. As RRQ, I feel like that's going to be the team that's really going to be in the hot seat. This circle, they're in it for now, but stage 8, I'm telling you, it's looking insanely unlikely they will be in a good spot.
Prediction.
From what I've seen, this game just doesn't seem like it's going to be headed the way of RRQ. It might just be down to D plus Kia and Nongshim Red Force as D plus. Look at the setup on the map right now, Hot Jukes. An amazing 2-2 split. They're putting down all the color players. They get an airdrop just because why the hell not, I guess. D plus looking insanely well set up. They need to go for the win here if they want to have a chance at redemption in these finals.
Maybe I'll go with Nongshim.
Even if one of these teams gets every single elimination.
ये जोन के ऊपर पता चलेगा कि किसका होने वाला है. But Nongshim पे better position.
So let's see what happens here. RRQ Nongshim gonna try to make things happen. The better the performance here, the easier it is to Plus just trying to put themselves in contention here.
बहुत अच्छा
And this
split
is
है
how you
भाई.
do it. They have the north
Nongshim
side. Oh,
इसका
they're rocking a
DK का.
2-2 split. I love what D Plus is doing. They're always putting one player just right in the edge of the zone, and they have the rest of the squad try to get to him. But there's 30 seconds left on the clock. This is the last zone shift here. It's going to come down to who fights first at this point, right? That's what it's going to really happen. As, yeah, RRQ throwing some nades, just trying to see if they can get a lucky knock, but no one's there.
Lucky knock नहीं है
It's
भाई.
actually, you know about the damage, just about
Dip
creating
बना
this
रहा है
little
भाई
bit
कास्टर.
of,
Lucky knock क्या है? तेरा तो
safe haven inside the play zone, which I believe one of those nades actually did create a dip in the circle. So if they can make it there, that would be huge. They do have one car in working condition. Does it still have gas though? Not sure, but I do believe it should. So yeah, those cars able to be protected, especially that one roadster.
ये तो
That does
बहुत
pick up
प्यारा
speed
पोज
very quickly in the most recent updates to the game. So if they can use that to get to that dip, that could be huge. And actually, it's going to be Gemfos going to be out there creating that dip. He just crashed for a split second. Luckily enough, none of the bullets connect.
अरे नोलबू लॉक है. नोलबू लॉक है.
Forward as Nolbu does get knocked. D Plus might be missing
बहुत
out.
ज़्यादा
Got a
overcommit
chance to get
करती
that
है.
chicken dinner as the circle really favoring none of these teams. But Nongshim Red Bulls remaining silent might be able to go for a nice third party to lock in that win.
Fabian भी
See what
गया.
happens. RRQ just trying to get to
Fabian
safety
भी
here.
गया. Fabian भी गया.
XCY
Fabian
is
भी गया.
able to get the
Fabian भी गया.
confirmation
Fabian
onto
भी गया.
Nobu.
Fabian
Meanwhile,
भी गया.
Fabian gonna have to hit some shots here, help out his teammates. As Nongshim Red Force, here they come on the push. Chimps is there with a shotgun. Does get one. Can he get two? He can't. So
ये क्या किया नॉक्शम ने?
taking full advantage here of that split, and they punish D Plus Kia. That is them eliminated. It is now Nongshim Red Force versus RRQ. Here they come, trying to come on the third party here. Here comes the full squad. They are setting it 2 versus 2. So easy, getting some nice shots there on a Gen Boss. And with that,
MG3!
oh, the MG3's out.
Oh, he's going for it. Come on, got to spam it. The nade's coming in, though. He's going to find one. So easy, XEY taking on out. The Molotov on Hyunbin. He's going out into the blue zone. He wants to deny the point, not give it away. And it is going to be RQ. All the odds were stacked against him, and yet they make it happen. And not only is this a chicken dinner hot shoots, it's a back-to-back from Miramar right into Rondo.
Are you kidding me? Just how many points is RRQ gonna get? This back-to-back chicken dinner has gotta be the most points we have seen.
नहीं हागा नहीं चैट
They win
गलत
the
गलत.
last one yesterday.
बहुत
Oh,
दोनों ने
yeah,
अच्छा
they're
खेला.
excited.
दोनों ने
They're
अच्छा
hyped.
खेला.
Their
किसने
whole region's
थ्रो
gotta be
भाई
pumped
था
up
उनका वेट
because
करना था. नहीं
RRQ
भाई.
are looking to
अबे
steal
तुम वो पीओवी से देखते हो बे. तुम एक्चुअल में तुमको बताता हूँ क्या है. ये देखो
Remaining silent.
यहाँ पे प्लेइंग. ये देखो. अबे उधर प्लेइंग एरिया कहाँ से चैट. ये देखो.
help out his teammates.
ये देखो. यहाँ पे खेलते. ये देखो. यहाँ पे खेलते उनको पीछे से आरआरक्यू मारती. आरआरक्यू के पास अब ये टाइम पे नोंगशम से बेटर पोज ही है. इधर ओपन फील्ड में अगर नोंगशम लगाती, ये देखो यहाँ ओपन फील्ड में नोंगशम लगाती तो यहाँ से आरआरक्यू मारती, ऊपर से डीके मारती, नोंगशम ऐसे ही मर जाती. नोंगशम इसके लिए उन लोगों ने पुल और कोई ऑप्शन ही नहीं था. मतलब ये चिकन इनको नेक्स्ट जोन में जोन मिल चुका था आरआरक्यू को. नोंगशम के पास जोन नहीं था, उनको पुल ऑफ ही करना था. मतलब ये पुल अप ही करना था. ये देखो कहाँ है जोन. यहाँ रुकते, यहाँ से डीके मारती, वहां से आरआरक्यू मारती. कहाँ है प्लेइंग एरिया? है एक भी नहीं है. देखो एक भी नहीं है. वो उतने एज में वो सब नेक्स्ट जोन में चोक हो जाते. सही करा, सही डिसीजन था इनका. कुछ खाने को ले गया बॉयज.
Yeah, what a play there. I mean, I understand Nongshim Red Force, they saw the split. They're like, hey, let's go get these eliminations and hold the spot. RRQ did a great job by not hesitating, setting those two players up. And with that utility, they were able to just shut
I am here to entertain you guys. What's up? Kya hal chal, guys?
So many of these squads, though. An unfortunate one, though, on the side of Aurora. They just couldn't get things kicked off here as they lose 3 players early on, and then once again, Doc not able to make it happen against S2G.
Yeah, it was a bit of a tough one, but these replays have been super interesting. Really just keeping the dream alive.
मेरे लिए तो भाई वो है.
Really good play in that clutch as we look at
Compliment हो गया है.
I was thinking this could be the one time where the docketing actually saves Aurora and does something positive, but unfortunately SGG
ZZZ भाई, I am
issue when you try and go for a salvage play like
moderator
that and you crash a car next
and
to a rock.
brother.
Everyone knows you are going to be hiding there. And S2G just thought, oh wait, a free car setup. It's a really good defensive spot. Let's just send it, and it actually gets them really.
नहीं भाई चैट में दिखता तो वो मिस्टर PSS करके ये तो रहा ये.
Done as MCG though couldn't survive the incoming nades and utility from the side of NSR. And the push-up, I feel like this push-up in particular should not have been allowed in 1,000 years by the
क्या हुआ?
Plus, but they still pull it off. And RQ though, rocking up, third-partying it with their utility and secure themselves. Literally, such an easy win. They didn't have to shoot a single bullet, it feels like.
क्या हो गया? लाला लाला क्यों
RQ
स्पैम
again
हो रहा है?
on fire with the back-to-back wins.
कुछ नहीं, आप खाना खाने गए थे तो मैं हेलो बोल
In
रहा
2
था,
games, Max.
उनको लगा मैं लाला हूँ।
6 points. Whew. How crazy is that? I mean, what a wild just comeback. Probably one of the most legendary ones I've seen, especially in such an intense lobby. But
Being
yeah,
ready
RQ
for
on top with
reaction.
16. Nongshim are going to tie them with 16. D plus with 15. A lot of points. Very top heavy here. Overall, influence, rage.
भाई
Then to had
article advancing step by step.
We're going to get 3 matches at least minimum today here, Max.
RRQ 2 match across 46
Almost
points.
definitely.
हाँ.
I mean, generally, also going back to the game, I was casting and I was saying RQ, no way they're going to win that game. I love being proven wrong when a team, all the odds are stacked against them, and like, there's no way they win that game, and yet they do it. What an impressive showcase, and it really, I was expecting more from this team back in PMGO Season 1 because you got Lepar, Genforce, like it's such a stacked lineup when it comes to top-tier Indonesian players, and they finally deliver here, so RRQ really, really stoked about how they played in recent games. So, second page of the rankings, Tiamba only 5 points. That's going to be still half the amount of points they needed to get in the Smash Zone. I'm really excited to see the leaderboards because with the points that have been secured, could we have a new first place team? I believe Nongshim Red Force needed the actual win to be first place, but I feel like in second place, it might not be.
मालूम है ना क्या नाम है बिल्ली का? टोफू है टोफू.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I
अगर
wouldn't be
W2
surprised
को
if
spam कर
RRQ
दो.
ended up taking that because, I mean, with 16 points, that is a wild way to happen. Okay,
a
all right.
tie!
So, yeah, all right. So, Aurora, hold on. Tianba still in first place, but RRQ are now tied with Aurora. What a crazy comeback.
What an insane step up from these guys. Also, D plus Kia, they were in 11th position, Hotchicks, before this game. Now in top 8, 80 points. That's a 31-point difference between themselves and first place. Technically doable. There is still hope for Nolbu to make it happen. But this is definitely looking insanely intense and close between every single one of these teams. But Aurora, that's the big issue, right? Their inconsistency. Sometimes they get these big 25-pointers. Sometimes they get these 4-pointers. Same for Tiamba, that's been a little bit topsy-turvy yesterday. And because of the point gap being so close for 116 points, Hot Jukes, anyone really from Furia up to Tiamba could enter the Smash Zone. Six teams all at once could make it.
Yeah,
Your
man.
dream could still come
Biryani
reality,
लाया
Hot
हूँ,
Jukes. Your
biryani.
demands might become a reality in Game 2.
Biryani.
Oh my
Sometimes you
goodness.
got to drop that
क्या
gavel and
biryani
just say,
है
this
भाई.
is what's going to happen. And you know what? Sometimes it does, right? Let's get it going here as we're going to be going into Aaron Gale. Rest of the lobby here just way too far out at this point. I think with how the top teams are performing, I mean, it's just not going to happen, right? Hey, but D+, right? D+ did put themselves in the running for it, okay? So D+, Irina, Aula, if they win this next game with like 10, 15 eliminations, sure, right? It's a possibility, but the likeliness of that happening and one of these top teams not reaching the Smash Zone is pretty crazy here. So we look at the elimination leaders, it's QZZ with 30, top right behind him with 28.
Well, I mean, Nolbu in particular here, they made it so far in this game, he's able to catch up a little bit to the likes of Hyunbin, Top, and QZ, but it's going to be... I feel like it's going to be down to literally the last few games.
मुझे दाल चावल खा रहा है क्या भाई?
Which is going to be the last game, right? Because now we don't have anyone in the Smash
बस
Zone.
बिरयानी
As you
लगी
said,
भाई.
at least we're going to get 3 games, so that gives
मुझे
a
पता है वो बिरयानी
little
नहीं
bit of a
पसंद
window
चाहिए
of
जिसमें ज़्यादा
opportunity
मसाला
for
होता है.
Hyunbin and Nolbu to get a big elimination game and actually catch up to the big boys up there in Top and QZ. But in terms of damage, I feel like Top still might be number 1 because he plays with him in E14 usually, even though he couldn't really use as much as he wanted. But actually, second place is going to be taken away from QZ, and Loranzin from Influence Rage is going to represent Brazil here on the high stage and be second place just behind Top.
Loranza making it happen there. Almost 6,000 damage. Way to go, Influence Rage. They're currently sitting in 5th place with 101 points. So, again, folks, 116 is the goal. So a team has to reach 116 points first. And then in the next game or any game after that, if they win it, they're automatic champs. So, just to kind of give a theory, right, Max? Let's say match 3, we have 5 teams in that 116-point range. If the 5th place team wins a game, they automatically are champions, right? So it's pretty wild to see, and I can't wait to see how things turn out here as the FMVB contenders. It's
Bosnia
still
का
between
अचार था
Top
मेरे को
and
लगा
QZ, and it makes sense.
वो है
Yeah, this is always going to be the main conversation that's been happening pretty much since the
Anda hai,
group
pura
stage,
kha gaya.
right? And it just keeps going down that exact same pathway. So yeah, top QZ, who's going to be the one to secure it? Make sure to put your prediction down in the comments. We'd love to see.
बाहर से मंगवाइएगा
think
आपने?
we'll be getting the trophy. Though it would really suck if Top gets another global MVP award and still can't win the global trophy. This man is cursed to some extent where he can easily get MVP, but the actual trophy, Hodrux, always taken away from his grasp at the very last second.
Well, you know what? He's got a lot more seconds left to go to make it happen. Let's see if he's
Rappa,
gonna,
Rapstar,
we're
100
gonna go into Aaron Gale in just a few minutes.
तू कौन बोल रहा है क्या बोल रहा है
मुझको बोल रहा है
कहाँ मेरा म्यूटेड है बेंच
नहीं था अभी अभी तो अब हटा है उससे
मैंने कहाँ हटाया भोसड़ी का
नहीं डिस्कॉर्ड पे
कौन म्यूटेड था मैंने तो क्लिक ही नहीं किया म्यूट ही दिखा रहा हूँ तब से
मेरे को तो आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही थी अब आई है आके
तो वो गिफ्ट में मिलेगा घंटा पता नहीं कौन सा आंड बात अच्छा रहे हैं कितने साल का 1.5 साल का 1.5 साल तो बड़ा ही होता है इनके हिसाब से तो देखते हैं क्या देखे क्या क्या खेल रहे आया ना तो मेका के मिलियन पूरा from the beginning I really wish you success. God bless you and your fam. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, bye. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Thank you so much. Marshall, bye. कितना देर में चालू होता है ऐसे इन्होंने बड़ी वॉचिंग देखी है भाई अपना अपना टाइम होता है यार अरे यार कल के स्ट्रीम पे मेरे 2 लाख की व्यूज गए क्या बात कर रहे हो आप यार चिल करो भाइयों
We are back, folks. You can see the crowd is hyped. I love to see all the different artwork and support.
तब लेके तो भावुक हो जाता है कल ही मेरी स्ट्रीम पे 2 लाख की ये गई है स्ट्रीम ट्रेंडिंग पे गई मेरी वाईटी पे क्या है
The goal 116 points once again, right? Your team gets that, wins the next game, this thing is all over. Tiago only needs 5 to get there.
मैं आपको बोल देना मेरे को वॉचिंग से घंटा फर्क नहीं पड़ता भाई मेरा जो काम है बस मैं मेरा काम करते रहता हूँ और वैसे ही होना चाहिए तुम अगर सोच के करोगे कि वॉचिंग आएगी ये आएगी तो नहीं हो पाएगा
How many teams do you think are going to make it this game?
इवन अब जाया को देखो जाया करती है ना बस करती रहती है वो स्ट्रीम
It could be possible with
उसको फर्क नहीं
multiple, but with
पड़ता
how
वो
intense
स्ट्रीम
this
करती
lobby
रहती है
is, because
अभी उसने बीच में रेसिडेंट इवल करा था उसका सबसे हाईएस्ट
even if you go all the way down to we're looking at Al Ula right here, right? Al Ula have
फिर बीच में
79
वापस से
points. They need
उसको जैसे नॉर्मल वॉचिंग आती है एवरेज वो आ रही थी अब मैं क्या के मिलियन में वापस उसको अच्छी आ रही है मैं तुम सोच के करोगे ना कि इसमें वॉचिंग आएगी या वॉचिंग आएगी तो नहीं करूंगा तो नहीं होगा
RRQ got 46
तुम बस
points
अपना
in 2
करते हो
games, right? So you never know what can happen here.
But I know what's going to happen. I activated my observation hub right now. I peeked in the future, 20 to 30 minutes ahead in time, and I see that Tiamba making the smash zone, and an extra team will also secure it. And who could it be? Aurora, RQ, Nocturne Red Force, Influence Rage, Furia, maybe. No spoilers, I ain't gonna tell you guys. No, it's I don't want to ruin the spectacle happening in front of your eyes, but I believe 2 teams will be making it here, mainly because Tiamba can just literally have a mid-game, an average game, Hot Troops, and they can still make it in 116 points. They just need 5 to make it. They're currently at 111. Super easy for Tiamba. Literally, even a bad game could push them up there. But then you're looking at Aurora, RQ, all these other teams need 10 plus points. And it's just not enough points for the lobby for all these teams, in my opinion, to make it at the same time. We might have 3, 4, 5 teams be in the smash zone literally after the second angle. But for now, 2 teams, that is my prediction of how many is going to make it here. And based also on the playing, if it's good or bad, you know what, things could get a bit crazy and maybe all the top teams just get fully eliminated. That is an option that we have seen happens many times, especially during the group stage. But now these teams are pretty much because you got that ticking time bomb effect, Hodrick's taken effect. But these teams at the bottom or in the middle of the rankings, if they want to have a chance at redemption, they literally need to show up now. Otherwise, their tournament run is pretty much over instantly.
Oh, man, that is pretty crazy. But it is correct, right? If
Ramen,
you get a chance to make it happen. Look at that. Goodness gracious. 6 fingers. Oh, he was getting ready.
Oh, he's training.
Look at that. Like a dang octopus at this point. Making those plays.
Is that a compliment or is
that is, dude. That's wild, you know? Just using everything he possibly could do, right, to make it happen. I don't even know how he has room on his screen to use all those fingers. You know what? But you got to do it. You got to make it happen.
Yeah, 6 fingers, man, on screen. I don't know. I feel like my brain would just melt. My CPU brain is just not strong enough right now to use that. But yeah, that's Federal. That's how we got the pistol double eliminations just a few days ago, right? That's how we could do it with the 6 fingers. So, preview of our previous back-to-back chicken dinner squad. It's going to be RRQ. Can they make it 3, which really does not happen often in a global grand finals. Back-to-back already is rare. Now 3 in a row, they will definitely put their name in PUBG Mobile Esports history for doing so here on the Macau Invitational stage. Everyone just locked in, looking at their screen, training on the spawn island, I'm pretty sure. Taking a few shots, seeing if they are feeling it this game. I do have a bit of a spoiler. I see the playing path on the right side of my screen, Hot Jukes, and it's pretty damn good for literally every team in this lobby.
Well, let's just take a look and see just how good as we get into Arrogale. That is right, match number 2. Let's get it going here for the PUBG Mobile Macau Invitational 2026 Grand Finals. All right, the playing path looks like it's going to be going from south to north as we have Aurora top, currently the MVP contender. QZZ right behind him, and Aurora are going to be heading to Sosnovka.
That is going to be the plan. Decent playing path for most of these teams that I already mentioned. Thunder Talk, they're going to go for a southern stretch down south of military base just to avoid Aurora, make their way over to Novoretnoye, which is their main drop location. And again, we've been talking for a period of time now, Hodrick's, about winning the tournament. Thunder Talk, it's still not game over when it comes to the race for PMWC, even though they're so low on the rankings. Luckily enough, LGD and Weibo are even lower than their position on the leaderboard, so there's still an opportunity for Thunder Talk to do well. They're just got to remain consistent and keep LGD and Weibo at bay. If they do so, I feel like Paris is definitely achievable for them to secure their plane ticket. So Thunder Talk, I feel like that's why they're playing a bit more passive, because they just want to outlive LGD and Weibo. By doing so, that will get them to one of the biggest events of the year, so they cannot afford to go out in the early stage.
Got to be able to make it towards the end game if you want to win this tournament. Tianba, now we're going to see them heading towards Yasnaya. And they've been taking full advantage of this position here, especially with that new loot truck. They have been getting well set up and have been putting in the work when it comes to Arrogale. Now, the first zone does come on over. It looks like a very typical circle here, as the center of the zone is going to be in that ruins area. So, man, it's time to make it happen, Max. It's time to make it happen. Let's see who's going to be able to do it. Let me ask you this. Well, it's honestly going to be a really tough question, because, like, RRQ's comeback is just legendary, right? We got to talk about it. 46 points in 2 games is wild. I personally don't think that we're going to see another team down low on the leaderboards pull something like that off. Like, what do you think?
I mean, we've kind of seen it from D+, that last game, right? Got himself a bunch of eliminations. I feel like they're kind of pulling a similar play. It's just not 2 wins back-to-back, right? Which is it's kind of an extreme case scenario. But no, I feel like D+, especially with Nolbu, has a lot of potential of doing something similar. Then I feel like anyone below D+ Kia, I've seen enough where I can say quite confidently now that a comeback would have to be a miraculous run. D+ and above, those are the teams that really, for me, I am hopeful that they can bring a big game here throughout today's now remaining potential 5 matches, depending on how the Smash Zone really takes into effect. So yeah, I would say top 8 and above, only teams that really have a chance to do it. Even though you could say Al Ula is only was that 1 point away, All Gamers 3 points away, sure, but I'm just not sold. I'm a little bit uncertain right now, Hodrick. So yeah, top 8 above for me, those are the big names that we need to pay attention to when it comes to that first place conversation. What do you agree?
Absolutely. Oh, no, yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's obviously top 8. It's just always good to kind of keep those random thoughts in place here because it's still early, right? I mean, it is match number 2. I think this game is going to pretty much end those conversations, like about us, even if I'm talking about mathematically possible, right? Because it is right now with 4 games left to go. If a team like Al Ula wins it again with 20 points, but yeah, if they don't get it here, in my opinion, it's 100% done.
Yeah. I mean, actually, we're looking at these positions on the rankings. Oh, no, got to be careful there, KRX. You have a bit of an encounter with the RRQ. It's not going to result in any shots being taken just yet. It's just Gemforce also proactively scouting ahead of this team, seeing where KRX are going, just so in Circle 2, they know where KRX could be located to avoid a potential crash by mistake. So that's some good information. But I'm actually wondering, because we see this circle, right? It's mainland. It's literally cutting off the bridge on the western side. I was wondering if we were going to see RRQ try and hold off Aurora. But no, they're not going for it. And I feel like that makes sense. I feel like some people wanted to see that happen, Hodrix. But the reason why I'm saying it makes no sense is because by doing so, you're taking a gamble early game. RRQ are literally tied with Aurora in 2nd place. You don't want to give an opportunity for Aurora to get in the Smasher in this game because give them 4 points. They're up to 110. That would be a massive throw. So in this particular situation, I think it's a good idea that RRQ don't commit to the bridge camp. If it was a team maybe low on the rankings that hasn't got anything to lose, like Weibo that dropped Promos, then maybe. But otherwise, I feel like that bridge camp is just not the best idea at this point of the game.
Yeah, not the best idea for sure. And I got to agree with you on that one.
But what if it was 4 Thrives?
Yeah, yeah. If it was 4 Thrives, there's a whole different story at this point.
Oh,
I wonder, man, what do you think, Max? Just guessing. What do you think if 4 Thrives were here? Where would they be on the leaderboards?
Bro, you want to get me in some drama right now?
Yeah.
RRQ, by the way, looking for a bit of a push on KRX. I would recommend to disengage. Just not worth it. Next.
So about 4 Thrives.
What are we talking? Well, I forgot what we said. No, okay. 4 Thrives. I feel like I was very scared on their day 2 of the finals, and because of that, I feel like they would be in this top 5 conversation, right? I feel like they would be top 5. Though when it comes to encountering the Smash ruling, it was looking very scary against Ulf in PMGO Season 1. They would be top 5 right now. There you go. That's my answer.
Top 5.
Would they actually win it though? I don't know, and I would even go and say maybe not because it is a bit of a longer finals, and I feel like they might actually lose out on a few nice games. So yeah, but top 5 right now. What would you say?
I'd say first place. I think they're the best team in the world, right? They won the last game. They could win this one, right? But they're not here. So
yo, man, what's up?
That's what
Zero.
Zero. Unfortunately.
With Weibo.
Yeah, with Weibo. Oh man, you hate to see it. I can't believe Weibo. I did not expect that at all. I expected big things from them, but yeah, 16th place in the finals. Way too much red at the bottom of the leaderboards here, but with a crazy lobby like this, you never know what's going to happen. And I'm proud of the teams that we have on top here. I mean, we've seen some great, consistent gameplay from all of them. RRQ just came out of nowhere. And who knows who's going to win this next game. Influence Rage there in Pachinki, going to get that loot truck. They are all set up. Look at that. Level 3 out of their mind.
Did they get 2?
इसको support कर रहा है Neyoo. Aurora. भाई क्या है top 5 के placements top 6 तक.
Multiple loot trucks can spawn on the same pathway. I feel like they got 2. So they might have P90s and stuff. So they were just waiting for the second one to come through. So, and the loot must be kind of insane. I want to see the POV of all the players. Top 6, 6x scope on the org, S12K, so Federal doesn't have it. It would be very unlucky you have 2 loot trucks and you don't get an airdrop weapon. That's a feels bad man moment.
Yeah. Those loot trucks, man, they really just make things happen for your squad. I'm just looking at this migration on this map as teams are just starting to center up big time here.
OG scrims में
64 teams remaining, and this is going to be very typical. When you're in the final day, everybody is just playing this so careful. That's why we're not even seeing a lot of shots on teams while they're rotating. Just everybody just trying to find their positioning in this next circle.
चेन टुगेदर कब कंप्लीट करेंगे यार बहुत
Everybody look at this.
बोरिंग सा लग रहा है क्यों भाई क्या हो गया नाचो
We're not seeing teams.
My God bro
here. Where is this next zone going to go?
नचनिया बना दोगे क्या
all the
मुझे
spots in the center of it already taken, but are we going to get a crazy hard shift? We're going to go to the north western side. Okay,
Sensi broadcast देखा गया bro.
Aurora are going to have to find a cheeky rotation on in, possibly hugging the shoreline, going all the way up to South George. As all gamers are going to be coming to the north, but now shots are ringing out as Al-Ula are getting peppered.
Yeah, it's going to be looking pretty good for LGD. They want to overtake Thundertalk. That's going to be their main goal in these games. But Al-Ula really, since their first day, I know I keep saying this as a negative, and it really is, but it goes to show their first day was just such an outlandish performance. And they just were unable to replicate it. As Claws gets taken out, one of the bigger names that we got really hyped up on day one, right, Hodgix? Like Claws, Quick, oh my goodness, these guys are just completely cracking. Quick did great early on Rondo up against D+, but when it comes to team-wide performances, they're just not really hitting that same level in the PMMI finals. But you know what? At least it gives them experience for the next time.
Oh my God! Sensei!
A little bit more prepared. Sensei! Now, a hovercraft. Sensei! The on water, literally on the tippy top of the world. It's on top of Everest. This is not their natural condition. They play around. This is not their natural environment. But yeah, the hovercraft is up here. This is a fun position to see it in.
It do be hovering. It do be hovering, and it is.
Not getting it together was the best stream. Crowley plus SF plus Neyoo कुछ गलत ही stream था अबे Kiwi के लिए रुके ना Kiwi हम तो तीनों ready है
Kiwi. If you're a team that's looking at Everest and you see the hovercraft, I beg you just take one-tap shots and damage it and destroy it. The best way to get rid of a hovercraft is the moment you spot it, it doesn't matter if you're not going to get the elimination, just damage it as much as possible. And if they don't have the welding gun, that hovercraft is as good as gone in that game. So please eliminate it because that hovercraft meta is very powerful in 2026.
Yes, it is. Souk going to knock there onto RRQ. All right, and he's going to get the Lapar. Actually, Al-Ula is going to steal that. Okay, so RRQ down to 3 players. Nongshim Red Force are down to 3 as well. So 2 teams in the top 5 hunting down that smash point are gonna be wounded going into this one. There's Aurora. Yeah, okay, so they are going to be able to get into this next zone, but they're going to try to find their spot, and everything is pretty much taken at this point.
It's a good play from
अभी देखो मैं हस्तर और क्राउली कैसे बकचोदी करते डबल मिनी थोड़ा गाली वाली निकलता है मुंह से तब कीवी भी वैसी ही है कीवी भी बकचोदी करती है वो भी उसको चिल है जैक के साथ थोड़ा आउट ऑफ रिस्पेक्ट रहना पड़ता है समझ रहे हो जो वो ऑरा कैरी करती है मतलब वो उसका स्ट्रीम फैमिली फ्रेंडली होता है प्लस ज़्यादा खुद भी ये सब नहीं बोलते समझ रहे हो तो बहुत बड़ा अजीब हो जाएगा उसके स्ट्रीम पे
you got to commit to a push here or retreat back to Silence and Chief as the circle about to shift. Is it going to be south or north of the river? It's going to be right on the river once again. OG's compound in particular, Hodgix, is looking so powerful, meaning teams are very committed.
तो सब बकचोदी नहीं करते.
This circle is so tough here. What is going on? Ayala doing a little bit of a backslide there with his vehicle. We're starting to see the shots ring out.
वो सब हस्तर बात कर रहे हैं क्योंकि हस्तर का concept था हस्तर का
shape था. Bridge side, but that's what everybody wants. Oh, there's like squads all over the place. Nongshim Red Force getting beat up. All gamers, what is happening? The chaos ringed out immediately with the zone shift.
It makes sense, right? This is going to be a very valuable position. Oh, it's going to be the explosive bow used up. Are we going to see a pop-up in the elimination feed very soon? Could be happening.
Come on.
Married, bro.
Nongshim. Oh, this is
obviously मुझे पता है.
Not the way you want things to go down after such a strong last game here. The chicken dinner locked in almost on Rondo. and yet
लेकिन
stolen
फालतू
away
निकालो फिर
by
से।
RRQ.
अरे फालतू फालतू बोल
Now
रहे
they
हैं,
go under the
चुप
bridge
करो,
and literally
direct
just
hide
hoping to
दे,
survive.
hide दे.
As one player, that is just not the best way to go, meaning this is going to be pretty much a non-game for them. 103, you needed, what is that, 13
ओए,
points
all
to
game
get in
बस
the smash
कैसे
zone.
कैसे आ गए भाई.
Nongshim Red Force are just not going to make it happen this match.
सबसे
Yeah, they
worst
have
watch
it,
party
that's
तुम्हारी है
for
bro.
sure.
Thank you so much bro.
We're down to 3. Got a little glimpse of the map feed there. They're all the way on the south side. Tianba are actually in a
अबे ये
really
क्या है? ये कौन सा गन है?
damn good position here for the zone. And with on top of the leaderboards with 111 points, they are looking very, very set up. Aurora, man, just because of where they dropped, they had such a tough time getting in here, at least on time. And so they are down over by Ruins. They are still outside of the circle, but they have all 4 players up. All it takes is one good team fight to turn things in the green for them.
Boom!
KRX battling it out there.
33Z!
Nice nade there from 33Z. Throwing it down the mountain. Benny's going to try to get their revenge, and he almost does. 33Z getting peppered big time here. As QXZZ does get a knock there. Okay, so they should be able to get the reset.
Yeah, Sook joining up with the hovercraft in the distance, just trying to delay the engagement a little bit further so they can be back up as a
Yeah,
four-man crew.
fuck.
But I
डब्ल्यू
like
बीजी
this-
को
the
क्या हो
KRX
रखा है
are
रे
willing to be
चैट?
aggressive
समझ नहीं आ रहा
from
बेंच.
their position in leaderboards, 13th position, 60 points. You know what? Just to try and increase that prize pool.
फटा.
We could see them take the fight, be a
फिर
bit
फटा.
more aggro because so far this
फिर
event has been
फटा.
very passive as a team. And that's going to be
Ooh.
another piece of utility connecting on 33Z. You just can't catch a break. Toxie, ooh, I thought he was going to walk around that
What?
Molotov there for a split second. But the utility's looking pinpoint
सुक
accurate
किसको
from
कवर कर दे रहा है
KRX.
भाई?
But Sook in
सुक.
a distance, sure, he's maybe not in CQC, but he's definitely got the ridgeline control, making sure they can't peek aggressively. But now they just flood over the rock side. Hoxie first of all, TRE, QXZ, Benny. Can they redeem it? The shots not quite connected. Has to swap over to the M4, and he's just dodging all the bullets, but Suki will get picked off eventually. And Sook in the background, getting surrounded. And E-Arena here, Hot Jukes.
अरे
Party, but so are Aurora.
Here comes Aurora. This is the perfect rotation for them. They found a way to get into a fight in this zone, and they are looking to third-party this and possibly get a ton of eliminations. Meanwhile, TRE getting down. KRX are out of there. Here comes Yol now, applying that pressure, gets the knock on the Joker.
Yeah, you got 5 nades. The circle is favoring you. They have to cross.
Love you, brother. Love
try
you
and get
too,
to that play
Maria.
zone. So Aurora, don't overcommit. Don't
Bye, bye, bye,
overpeak
bye,
it.
bye, bye,
Just
bye,
play
bye,
with
bye.
your utility and you should be good. But you know what? Yeah,
I'm
quick
gonna
retreat
take
Aurora.
that.
They see the circle like, this is a little bit of a waste of time. Let's move back. Respectful play from Aurora against being so close to the smash
अबे
zone.
यार
Go
टॉप
cautious,
का
and top
नेम
does get
चले
on.
मैं
no.
भी.
Can they get him back up?
They can, but that's going to delay their rotation so bad.
It allows the
Really?
arena to fight them too. Ooh.
Yeah, that was the rough knock right there.
ये लोग ने
That literally just like slashed Aurora's plans. Jiren just wow.
Kill feed read करा रहेगा ये लोग.
You are paying so much attention to this. Like they need to focus on getting into zone. It's 5 seconds left on the clock. Let's see what they do.
I mean, if they flushed out top, they might be like, oh, it's Aurora. Let's push it. Right, but, they only
They
have
didn't.
3 players, so maybe they'll want to play a little bit slower here to just make their way into the zone. E-Arena, good move. They see top struggling to
PTR
get
वो
knocked and also
जी
get
का
res,
बाल
so
बन
they're
गया
trying to go for swift exit. Quick western rotate. I do enjoy it.
अरे
as top here
टॉप
with a mini
का
14, just
नेम
trying to get
चले
more damage. They
बेबी.
got tournament MVP, but they just make it way too far out of range. So those taps are going to be really hard to connect as they make it over to the bridge, but so do Al-Ula.
कहाँ जाएगी
For
अरोरा?
that wide western
मेरे को ये
rotate,
देखना है,
Aurora
अरोरा
needs to
कहाँ
pivot now.
जाएगी?
Hot Jukes. Most
Dog
of the
क्या
positions in
दिमाग
the zone are
लगाया?
taken
Dog
up.
यहाँ से
Aurora
कर दिया
has to
ना.
go for a crash here
Hands
to get
down,
a playable
dog को.
position.
Yep, they're gonna have to make a play. They're gonna have to fight their way in, and that's
Hella,
honestly what
bro.
they do best. But oh, the
Hella,
hardest thing
bro.
about that is you got to be able to even get there. So let's see if
Hella,
they're able
bro.
to make this rotation. They're gonna be
You
going
can't
down
do
this
that
bridge
shit.
here. Doc gonna stop. Gonna try to get some room for his team. I like that. So Doc is gonna be that counter position, and the rest of the team driving on up
अरे
here.
प्लेयर पुल अप.
Are they gonna be able to make it to this hill? No, they're not. Reefus popping out the vehicle.
Oh, Schweppes instant respect, not willing to compete against
क्या कर रहा है यार?
Reefus knocked out. In a very hard position to get the reset here because so many teams are just looking your direction and teams also going for a bit of a wide rotation. E-Arena, Jumbin also there for Nocturne Red Force. No place is safe to the west. Sure, it's a decent mountain, but it's not in zone. They got about a minute to play here. Otherwise, they need to push up. So Aurora, you got to be quick. Or you eliminate everyone. Or you push in the zone. You just don't have many options here. You need to be quick about it.
Hyunbin is right behind him. There's no Red Force. Oh, but he is going to go into the blue zone there. So Aurora doing a great job of leapfrogging. This is a very difficult game. They are executing it the best they possibly can. Or pretty much anybody can right there. Having Doc on the back line, applying pressure. Oh, what'd you see?
This is terrible. Look at that. Aurora almost out. RRQ down to single player. Nongshim Red Force just one player. The big teams at the very top that are looking to make their way into the Smash Zone, Hodrix, is just not panning out. As Hyunbin
जाएंगे कहाँ भाई? जगह ही नहीं है.
Solo dipping right into the water, hoping to dodge those incoming bullets.
कहाँ?
The old Doc, though, can they redeem as a duo? As the arena leapfrog their position. But again, many teams look in their direction. I feel like surviving here is going to be tough. Quick is going to be in that shed, not playable position. Where are they going to send it?
Just trying to find a way into this next zone. They do end up in this next circle. The next one will pop right now as well. So let's see where they decide to go here. They're going to be passing up sitting, but it does look like they are able to make it to safety.
Tianba.
We'll see if that's
Tianba versus E Arena.
Circle 5. She goes hard to the western edge, so that shed of Quick was going to be the zone. I'm sure they wish they went for that position instead.
कुछ कर नहीं सकते यार
All these teams, but Tianba, any elimination secured on E Arena is going to get them one step closer to that Smash Zone. They're hoping for it, as Quick now going to get a straight up huge defense play onto Schweppes.
Flower का फ्लावर ना बन
going to try and third party from a distance. But Al-Ula, the dream is still not dead. 81 points. If you can make it a little bit further, get some placement points, who knows what the MENA team can do.
32 players remaining. This zone has just been so brutal. Okay, now Quick in trouble. Joker up close and personal, getting peppered, but Quick, never mind, shuts that down and getting another elimination for his squad.
Maybe Aurora are happy they didn't crash it. Right. Because Quick is, again, he's clutching it up every single game, it feels like. Never underestimate Quick. Otherwise, he will make sure you remember his name. Doc, as you could see in the elimination feed, he just got taken out, and so do the entire Aurora. They remain on 106 points. That's a 0-point match for Aurora Hodrix. They couldn't afford when all the teams below them are so close to that Smash Zone.
Unreal. Now Tianba, 0
भाई
points so
कोई
far,
पास ही नहीं पहुंच रहा
but they
स्मैश
have all
पॉइंट के.
4 up, and they have the north side.
बस बंदे का क्या नाम है जिसे तुम
Poised, ready to go, and finally start getting active here. As
QXY,
all like the mid upper teams have been eliminated. There's just all the squads with 4 up are going to be pretty much at the bottom of the leaderboards minus Tianba. But this zone has just been so chaotic. It makes sense why everybody is so damaged. Just trying to get into this next one. Little boy, yeah, just trying to snake it out for his team.
WBG तो बहुत गंदा खेल रही है भाई, बहुत.
And there's Tianba. Let's see how they're able to make things happen here against Thunder Talk.
Oh, I saw. Did I see an
Tianba easy
there for Tianba? I feel like I did. Oh my goodness! Of course, makes sense. They're dropping Yasnaya Pollyanna. They get 1, maybe 2
easy है यहाँ से
trucks,
Tianba का, to be honest.
meaning they could get some air.
अगर Tianba का chicken आया नहीं,
really make the difference.
Tianba को पहले 116 ये मैच में क्रॉस करना है और फिर ये
Not
मैच के
willing
बाद
to take
कोई
that
मैच में
smoke
Tianba ने चिकन मार
realistically.
दिया तो Tianba जीत गई.
Got the vehicles here.
मतलब जो भी टीम ने
Thinking what the
116
next
क्रॉस
move is
किया
gonna be. They do have a few options. Maybe
और फिर
crashing
रिमेनिंग
on the
मैचेस में
ground
से
for S2G
कोई
or
मैच में
even
चिकन मारा तो वो
cube
जीत गया
compound
डायरेक्ट
of
स्मैश
LGD.
रूल से.
Tianba also looking at the western side of the circle, really good off angle from Eagle, just getting a bit of insight, making sure they don't get surrounded by maybe all gamers or Fury as they cross the bridge side. So Tianba, just again, their map awareness is just top tier, playing fully around their information. But here, as Thundertalk get closer, maybe it would be good time for Eagle to take this fight in 4v3.
Spirit City में हो गया भाई, accept.
So quiet right now. And that's because it's only stage 5, but this zone was so chaotic that we lost so many teams. So now, everybody just waiting for this next zone. Nobody trying to get into
भाई अपनी
crazy
मेंटालिटी मत
engagement.
खराब
They do
करो,
not wanna
उसका
get third
काम
parties.
ही ये है.
Lauren
Yeah,
Zinn
just
gets
ignore,
taken out to the
chat.
play zone
We already
there.
said ignore.
And Influence Rage. Oh, yeah, getting beat up as they try to
Already बोल दिया.
hit this shoreline. S2G doing a great job at gatekeeping
मैंने
them.
एक
This
चीज
next
clear
zone
कर
is
दिया.
going to go ahead and pop, and it goes up to the north there. And Lil Boy eliminated. That's Influence Rage out.
Basically a non-game, no placement points. But now we do get top 8, meaning placement points will be
जो माफी मांगता है वो बड़ा इंसान नहीं होता.
And Tianba,
माफ करने
you know
का
what? Because they get at least 1
हिम्मत होना
placement point,
चाहिए.
that means they need at least 4 more total points that can get in eliminations. In placement
अगर
points, it
आपकी
does not
गलती है
matter.
तो आप
And
माफी
actually, when it comes to the
मांगोगे ही.
center of the circle,
उसमें कोई
Tianba
शर्म
do
की
have
बात नहीं है.
priority. It's going to be QZ.
But जिसने
That's
गलती
holding
करी है
a
उसको
really
माफ करना
solid
बड़ी
rock
बात
here
है.
on the front line. The only
समझ
real
रहे हो?
threat to their position would be Thundertalk.
मैं-
I'm going to say it right now, Hodrix, I believe
वो
if
मेरे ऊपर
Thundertalk
नहीं,
get
वो रोहित भाई
eliminated,
के ऊपर
Tianba
है, क्योंकि
making the
यहाँ
Smash
पे
Zone
बात
because that's the only real threat to them
हमारे ओनर के
to
ऊपर
their
है.
game here on the Wrangle. As sitting, constantly scouting ahead with his vehicle, trying to get a bit more insight. and actually putting their focus onto S2G. So I feel like this fight, if it happens fully,
Oh,
that might be the win headed the way of Chamba.
AJ getting some nice impressive shots, but then you're going to see S2G push on up, but AJ shuts them down. We're seeing some other teammates though. Yeah, look at that LGD actually stealing some of those eliminations. And then here comes Sitting roaring on over to his squad. It's too late.
Looks
like it's gonna be.
LGD तो निकाल रहे हैं. Blankings दे देंगे.
Yeah, LGD, good third party here from this compound. Up to 8 eliminations. Makes sense. I mentioned it literally on like circle 2 or 3. That compound is just an absolute godsend if you can play there the entirety of the match. So, well done execution-wise. S2G, Thunder Talk, pretty much
इनका सब कुछ सही हो रहा है
of this match.
जहाँ zone जा रहे बन रहा है.
But at the top of the rankings, really is doable for RRQ. If they can keep snaking their way in here for Gen Force, it would be massive.
Gen Force below OG and PMG से they are giving us up. अबे देखो यार ये teams का कैसा रहता है कि
LGD, they're looking at every bush, every rock and tree to make sure no stragglers can survive.
जिनका जैसा play style है ना ये लोग ऐसे ही खेलते हैं. अभी जैसे ये लोग खेल रहे हैं. फटाक से zone chase कर रहे हैं.
Actually, that's going to be 2 placement points now with that one extra elimination.
तो ये लोग ने GC में भी ऐसा ही ट्राई किया था. बट वो तभी वर्क करा नहीं. बट ये लोग ने अपना स्ट्रेटजी नहीं बदला. क्योंकि ये इनका स्ट्रॉन्ग होल्ड है तो ये लोग ऐसे ही खेलते हैं.
They kept everybody up, and now they're starting to put some eliminations on the board. RRQ not able to go for the triple win, as they only have one player up left, but everybody's just so hurt, just trying to get into this end zone here. Beautya gotta have to make a play. Maple's got that nade. Airburst is good. Catches silence and even peppers up Chief. But he's got a nade of his own. Oh, he cancels it. Thought he had it. Now Maple going for the shots. And that is Beautya gone.
Yeah, good play there. Chief still able to survive for a long period of time, but it's not going to be the win up against All Gamers. All Gamers finally showing signs of life.
BGMI PUBG इतना smooth कब होगा? I don't know. PUBG is too much optimized. उसमें आप देख रहे हो head कैसे लग जाता है. Trace करना उधर ज़्यादा better है.
And realistically, the big shots you've got to pay attention to in this game is going to be All Gamers, LGD, and Chamba. It's going to be a 3-way finals.
टियनबा खाली पोजी प्ले खेल रही है, एकदम एग्रेशन नहीं दिखा रही है. नहीं यार, जहाँ पे टियनबा को मारना है वहाँ पे टियनबा मार भी रही है. ऐसा नहीं कि पैसिव खेल रही है. वही है कि अगर उन पे जोन बन रहा है तो फिर क्यों किसी के अनवांटेड क्यों किधर है? ऐसे ही होता है. उन पे जोन है तुम होल्ड कर रहे हो, तुम पे जोन नहीं है तुम पुश करके मार रहे हो. जब तक जोन है तब तक जोन में बैठो. सिंपल ही गेम है.
RQ could be really back in a position where
they can take the trophy away from
Aurora
and क्यों push कर रही है कहीं पे?
Gen Foss just a straight snake in the water. But yeah, good luck here now. The zone going up north. Tianba looking ready for this one. This looks like a chicken dinner in the books here for the team on top of the leaderboards. This could be the game that secures their championship here. Let's see what they can do, as they are looking locked at this point to be able to at least reach into that smash zone. But even then, even if we don't see a smash finish, these points are so critical, as all the teams at the south are going to have to battle it out. Yeah, there's no way Tianba loses this, right?
I mean, normally, I said that about D plus Kia early on Rondo, and they lost it, so you really never know. It depends on who pulls the trigger first. But even if Chamba don't get the win here, it's all about those points. If you don't get smashed at the end of the day, it's going to be down to natural points, as OG Esports would go here for PUBG Mobile. As All Gamers going for a little bit of a wider rotation now on the road, trying to play this ridge, which really is not playable because LGD has a direct line of sight onto you. Yeah, of course, your car is going to get absolutely wrecked to smithereens. All Gamers here, I feel like, kind of gave up on a potential win. Because that position, completely unplayable, especially headed into Circle 8.
And we hadn't talked about All Gamers a lot. This could have been a good one for them here. If they win this one somehow, that'll actually put them... it should actually put them in a really good position to try to make it happen. But now with those nades, LGD pressuring them, it's not looking good.
Unfortunately, it does make sense. LGD, they know your cars are in no working condition. They get nade range. Actually, a lot of those nades.
That's good.
He missed out on Flower. That's a good one. Is he going to get the double? It puts Flower and Maple extremely low. But look at Tianba from a distance trying to get the nade. Can they steal it? They get one onto Flower H. It's down to Maple on All Gamers. Can he get the resale on his teammate? I don't think so, as QZ just wants to become the MVP. The nade comes out. It's an airburst, but it does not connect.
Just a little too overcooked, but it's LGD gonna get the last of that one and put some points on the board. But Tianba, oh wait, no, Tianba got it? What's going on here? This is crazy. You got Tianba with 113. Gen Foss peeking out, but just a little bit too late. The blue zone doing the damage. And now it's LGD versus Tianba.
देख क्यों नहीं
It was
रहे
like
लोग?
there was a guy there and he disappeared. I swear, guys, I didn't hallucinate. It was really a player out in the blue
Oh,
zone.
chain
The
baka
LGD
chicken.
good spray connected from
Chain
Neyoo.
baka
I
chicken.
mean, yeah, look
वो
at the
भी है.
circle. There is no way LGD can bring this one back. In the smoke, few more one taps coming out. Little burst, making sure he cannot exit that wizard tower. And even the guess, come on, one bullet, there you go, connects. And the fact it's especially in the way of QZZ is just terrible for top because
LGD
he
ले जाएगी,
is
नहीं,
really
खत्म है.
looking to
अब क्या
climb
है?
back up in #1 position here on the MVP rankings.
Tiamba looking to take it all at this point. I mean, they got the zone. Everything just went
ले
right
गए,
for
ले
this
गए,
team
ले
in
गए,
this
ले गए,
game.
ले गए.
And there you go. That's another elimination for QZZ and some more damage as well. Rest of LGD. What do you do if you're LGD at this point? Like, do you go for the 2v4 or do you just try to deny it?
Then by should have got more kills with their posy.
I feel like
हाँ
you
उन
just
पे
try and
but
crack
fight
a
नहीं हो
rock
रहा
with a
था ना
solo
उन पे.
player, maybe play on
सिर्फ एक
QZZ
esports
actually,
arena
just send it there
को
and
कौन
try
सा
and play
esports
off the
arena
back
का
of it
बोल रहा
because
हूँ
it
ई
is
arena ने
stage
बस pull
8,
up किया
so
था
they don't
और
have a lot
उसके
of time
अलावा
to
तो
work
कोई
with.
उनके आसपास भी नहीं है.
But this would be the best play, sending on one player, trying to overwhelm with your two players, and then hopefully you
we
can
go.
take casualties, which is what they're going to be doing. It's Mau Mau on the front line, leaving Apple behind. Not the way I was expecting it to go down, but he does get a bit more of extra elevation. But as you can see on the minimap, he still is not in the play zone, and like Tiamba, they're comfortably here in that playable area.
Well, here comes the utility usage. Mama might not even get an opportunity to hit those shots. All it takes is one nade to do it. And they are trying to hunt him down. Not able to hit the mark just yet. So Eagle, you're going to have to use that Eagle Eye here to get these last two eliminations. They need every single one they can get. Now Tiamba in the vehicle. Going to start making some moves here. As a triple, cannot afford to get blasted out. Here comes the MG3 though. They do end up getting there in time. That's one player done. One more left to go. Right out of the open.
Smash rule
Goodbye,
activated.
Tiamba gets the
Smash
chicken dinner
activate हो
and
गया भाई
have
Tiamba
reached
का.
the smash zone.
It's a double MG3 elimination to wrap it up. I'm loving it out here, but as you said, Tiamba
bhai.
indeed
Smash
will
will
lock in
activate
their
ho gaya Tiamba
position
ka.
as the first squad to go in the smash
Crazy.
zone. And now, if
Let's
they
go,
get
guys.
a
जो भी ship पे
single
दिया है, only
chicken
90
dinner
subs
during
to
the
go.
rest of today's games, they will be crowned your Macau Invitational champions, taking
bhai,
away
Smash rule
the flame
activated.
from Weibo. And you can see ecstatic after that win. But you know what? The fact that they got that win now, can they do it back-to-back? Because back-to-back wins, we saw it's hard. RQ did it. Can Tiamba make it happen on the second Durango?
Oh man, all it takes is one more, guys. If Tiamba
एक और
wins
एक
any
और
game
chicken
here,
एक और chicken एक और chicken खाता.
Second Durango.
एक और chicken.
oh man, all it takes is one more, guys. If Tiamba
ठीक है.
win any game here
Team OG versus बाकी
on
सब
out,
teams
this
थे.
tournament is over.
में आतंकी वो यहाँ पर अपने ही टीममेट्स जो मोलोटोव
ठीक है.
डालती है उसे पकड़े जाएंगे और नॉक हो जाएंगे जिससे चीजें बहुत बिगड़ सकती उनके लिए और फिर आरू ने एलिमिनेट कर दिया है जायो को रहते भाई विज गॉड आरू का नाम देख करके कुछ जाना पहचाना सा लग रहा है हाँ ये इंडियन टीम है
यार काफी दिनों बाद जो है वो कोई वॉइस ओवर टाइप जो है मैं कर रहा हूँ इस वीडियो के अंदर जो है वो सारी फाइट जो है वो एंजॉय कर जो है वो हमारे अगर आपको भी आपकी वो
अरे भाई.
वो यहाँ पर टेररिस्ट दिखाई देंगे इस बार नहीं एक मैच अपना खत्म करते हैं यही कोई प्लेसमेंट पॉइंट के बिना ही और बस एक एलिमिनेशन लेकर के जा रहे हैं लेकिन टीम कॉन्ग क्रू इंटरेस्टेड दिखाई देंगे इस बैटल पर एंड इंटरेस्टेड बहुत दिखाई दे रही है आगे स्लैमिंग डाल रही है बहुत सारे डीबीएस को ऐसे स्पैम किया गया है कि डीबीएस पर बस 2 ही एमओ अभी बाकी रहेंगे लेकिन जल्दबाजी में आतंकी वो यहाँ पर अपने ही टीममेट्स जो मोलोटोव डालती है उसे पकड़े जाएंगे और नॉक हो जाएंगे जिससे चीजें बहुत बिगड़ सकती उनके लिए और फिर आरू ने एलिमिनेट कर दिया है
गिफ्ट से क्या
जायो
होता है
को
बे? हाँ.
कॉन्ग क्रू ने जी हाँ अपनी फेस कैम नहीं है तो इसीलिए अपन लैंग्वेज बैरियर तोड़ करके खुद को उनसे यहाँ पर बच निकल कर गए थे खिलाड़ी आगे चलकर दिक्कतें आ सकती हैं सिटी पर अपना जगह ढूंढना अपने लिए जगह बनाना ये थोड़ी चैलेंजिंग हो सकते हैं लेकिन आगे वो जीटी के पास दिखाई देंगे और जीटी भी कोशिश करती है व्हीकल ट्रेस करने के लिए लीड भी मिल जाएंगे जीटी को फ्लिंट के हाथ वो यहाँ से कंटिन्यू करते हुए आ सकते हो लेकिन ना जिससे एब्रप्स लेयर करी है अपनी गेम विजुअल्स मिल गए जो चाहिए था और इसी तरह टीम टी के स्पोर्ट को अब क्लॉक को गंवाने पड़े
पेन 1v4 RNTX पेन 1 versus 4
ये नहीं करना था बे।
On stage, the and also joining on stage, Grandmaster Vidit Gujarati. And also joining on stage, Grandmaster Vidit Gujarati. Please take a photograph. All right, it's very important. One for the memory and one for the.
Thank you so much, Honorable CM Sir and Principal Secretary Sir. We're truly pleased that you took time out from your busy schedules, and we are honored that you've graciously request everyone.
Have you seen that Rohit Bhai saying Filar India में I get not yet.
छोड़ मैं रिटर्न आ रहा।
मेरा कहाँ से आ जाता है?
छोड़ मैं
अरे कब तक?
छोड़ मैं रिटर्न आ रहा।
आ जाओ।
इसमें बंदा मेरे स्क्वाड में जल्दी आओ इधर ये
दूर हूं मैं।
वही वाला है क्या? हां वही है सोलो लास्ट। नेड़ू क्या उसने ठीक है?
हां बाकी तो किधर आओ?
ऊपर नेड़ू
सीढ़ी पे डब्बा ना डाले।
मैं रेव दे रहा हूं। देखो नेड़ ना करे। नॉक मत खाना कोई। ऊपर अंदर आ जाओ नेड़ नॉक मत खाना कोई। आ जाओ चले
जाओ तुम लोग जाओगे।
जंप करके मार रहे हैं।
मैं इधर आ रहा हूं गोब्लिन।
आओगे आजा गोब्लिन सॉरी यार अरे
यार रिलोड लगी थी मार लेना है अच्छा में लो है ठीक है थोड़ा लो है
नीचे
लेके बैठा है।
अरे
भाई नहीं यार ये नहीं करना था बे।
अब अलग में ब्लॉक कर दिया कुछ।
आ जाओ बाहर आ जाओ यार 1v4 हो गए भाई।
अबे अदनान भाई क्या?
अबे यार
और एक बार अदनान एक और बार स्पैम कर दे। चल एक और बार स्पैम कर दे। और ये सात्विक एक और बार स्पैम कर दे। सात्विक चल
पेन रहेंगे वो जो फिनिश करके साथ
एक और बार स्पैम कर दे सात्विक।
इसके पे इसको अरे चिकन डिनर रहने वाला है शायद। यहाँ से 4v1v1 का वो बैट
एक और बार स्पैम कर दे।
फिनिश भी लेके जाएगी। देखो करा जा रहा है। अगर वो ग्रेनेड से डायरेक्शन में जाता है तो तेजू को अभी
कहां से भाई मैं कहां से आ जाता हूं? चीन टपाक डमडम।
With this game, he is now definitely your top contender for MVP.
It really also was interesting because last game it was a 2 elimination difference.
एक बार करना कर एक बार कर चल।
And now it's been increased to 4.
एक बार कर दे जो इतने टाइम से कर रहा है। एक बार
got to catch up man these last 2 games if you want to become MVP. Actually you know what? I'm going to say I don't want Top to be MVP. Reason why every time Top becomes MVP they barely miss out on the trophy. So I feel like Top you got to decide champions or MVP. You can't have both. At least historically speaking he could not get both. As Top will be number 1 in terms of overall damage. Again makes sense playing with
a guy who cannot the Canada Legends, a guy who cannot take a joke on himself, talk shit about everyone and expects everyone to be okay with it. And I'm not surprised because I'm aware of his mind shell behavior past me. I made a joke on him and decided to block me from all social media handles. But I guess the man shell is not at fault. Maybe he is misinformed about how things happen behind the scene or he doesn't know the reality. Maybe the organization base he is flexing doesn't feel he's important enough to know all that stuff. Anyway, they're like लेकिन ये A man child or a man child is an adult male who, despite his chronological age, displays emotionally immature behavior, avoids adult responsibility, and expects others to take care of. A guy who cannot take a joke on himself talks shit about everyone. What? The guy who cannot take a joke on himself talks shit about everyone and expects everyone to be okay with it, and I'm not surprised. Because I'm aware of his man-child behavior past, I made a joke on him and he decided to block me from all social media handle. Uncle behavior, but I guess the man-child is not at fault here. Maybe maybe he's misinformed about how things happen behind the scene, or he doesn't know the reality. Maybe the organization which he's flexing doesn't feel he's important enough to talk to know all that stuff. Anyways, I like to conclude this by saying one rotten apple पूरा basket को खराब कर देता है, लेकिन ये तो आलू
आलू क्या भाई
Chad, I told you, no, आपको नहीं पता behind the scene ये जो भी है brands and all. To be honest, सही में उसको नहीं पता कि actually में क्या scene है. Even हमारे brand deals का, even उनके brand deals का क्या scene है, actually में शायद उसे नहीं पता जो सेंसी ने लिखा. बस यार इस पे और comments नहीं करना है. सेंसी ना माने, सेंसी पूरा ऑल इन है. अबे सेंसी के लिए यार रोहित भाई बहुत दिल के क्लोज है भाई, वो उनके बड़े भाई जैसे ही है. वो तो सेंसी तो नहीं सुन के लेगा. सेंसी का भी मेरे को कल रात को कॉल आया था भाई, पूरा मतलब बहुत ट्रिगर्ड था. वो भी सारे ट्रिगर्ड ही थे बेंच. हुआ क्या भाई? न्यू एनी मसाला? कोई ना यार, लेट्स एंड दिस टॉपिक. और कुछ नहीं. I already told you, if that guy thinks that he will be the bigger person if he says sorry या apologizes, so I guess he should be the bigger person and come and apologize. जो भी उसका वो statement था. कॉन्टेक्स्ट बता दो जाके मेरी स्ट्रीम के एकदम स्टार्टिंग के 15-20 मिनट देखो, समझ जाएगा. वापस नहीं
Aurora are going to be going to a military base.
चिल ब्रो, आरबी द रेड कंप्लीट किया नहीं ना यार.
Aurora weren't able to make it happen in that last one. That zone was tough. Let's see if the zone goes down to military though. How are they going to fare? Let's see where that first zone decides to go.
Spirit City
when you have a plain path like this, I think it might be a bit northern. I feel like it might be throwing a bit of a spanner in the work here for these guys. As Weibo actually, look at Weibo on the minimap. They didn't send it to Primorsk. They actually sent it to Quarry. Right onto here's that LGD. Okay, trying to take away a contender for that PMWC slot. Which actually, if that is the game plan to fight LGD to make it to Paris, that is a very, very strong idea. As we have Phase 1 Circle, Hodrux, it's not northern, it's actually somewhat kind to most of these teams, as it's a very eastern Phase 1 Circle that just popped.
Super eastern. Okay, all right, let's see what Aurora's going to do. Let's see what Tianba's going to make happen, because Tianba are going to be heading straight towards Yasnaya. That is this next circle. They're going to be looted up out of their minds here. So not a bad zone at all for the side of Tianba. Now, I wonder, what is the lobby going to do here, okay? You know where Tianba lands. If the next zone pops, you have a good idea of where they're going to rotate from. This could be a good opportunity for teams to try and possibly camp their rotation, try to find any way to be able to slow them down. But it's going to be difficult because they are going to be set up in this match for sure.
It is really tough right now to eliminate Tiamba, literally phase 1. The reason why is you would have to go in as Nai Polyana, and just look at the minute ball, okay? I say that and we swap the PMP to
पहले ही clear कर देते हैं chat
on the minimap.
पहले ये चीज मैं clear कर दूं, ठीक है? जो भी highlight channel clips डालेंगे ये भी डालो कि हमें वहां पे किसी से भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, ना पर्सनली मुझे है, ना सेंसी को है, ना किसी और को है। वहाँ पे सारे मतलब अच्छे बंदे भी है वहाँ पे। It's just we don't like this guy talking shit about us. That's all. And we request कि भाई next time से please हमारा नाम मत लो, आप अपना जो कर रहे हो वो सही से करो। और वही है कि आप जो बोलते हो हेट मिलता है यार, आप ऐसे काम करोगे तो आप मिठाई का डब्बा तो एक्सपेक्ट नहीं करोगे ना फिर लोगों से।
Point game to start things off, allowing RRQ to pass them up and allowing Tiamba to create a very thick lead on them. So if it does end up coming down to points and there is no smash ruling, Tiamba are doing great so far. They have one heck of a lead. Let's see where it all ends up though. As right now, I'm going to be looking at where these players are. Arena, this is all the way in South George, so they got a big trip to go. They had 92 points.
Typical E-Arena, really, right? They love their late blue zone rotates. They're trying to pull a 2 years ago kind of plan where you would camp out the blue in Sanok. Really, I'm not scared when we see E-Arena in the blue zone. It's been pretty typical, and they tend to always make it in the mid game, so don't worry too much. Trust in
माहौल सेट है यहाँ पे।
airdrop weapon in the arsenal just yet, so maybe they got unlucky and did not get the MG3 this time, which I would say that weapon, that last game was so impactful. They're really going to feel that kind of void without that particular weapon this time around.
Yeah, fortunate there. They're going to take full advantage. Milu not able to find anything in those crates. He is going to get moving. And let's see what Tiamba decides to set up here. So yeah, they've already looted Yasnaya. They are set up. They are going to be moving into the next zone. Aurora are still in military base. It looks like they're going to decide to take the western bridge here, which is not a bad idea. RRQ, yeah, RRQ are starting to keep an eye out though. That could mean really tough.
All we can do is ignore this.
By the way, I feel like this tournament, I've been saying the C word, camping, a lot. I don't mean in a negative, just to be very clear. They're just holding position, right? Maybe I should stop saying that. Just like they're holding the position.
Why not? I don't care. Honestly, like if I was in this tournament, you got $400,000 on the line. Do whatever you want, right? I mean, there's money on the line here, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, now this is just a regular match where you're just playing camp, and that's a whole different story. Here, you do anything you possibly can to win. Period.
Okay, you know what? Get your camp. Sure,
straight up. Do whatever it takes. Camp, 4v1, 3v1. There is no honor here, right? I mean, this is where you do whatever it takes.
कृष्णा भाई,
hot
देखो,
drop, whatever you can do to possibly win. Now,
वही बात है कि अगर आप लोग सारे नोटिस करोगे तो बहुत टाइम से चीजें कम्युनिटी में सॉर्टेड है, शांत है, कोई ऑर्ग टू ऑर्ग भी कोई कंट्रोवर्सीज नहीं है, ना कुछ है, ठीक है, कुछ भी नहीं है, सब कुछ शांत है, सब कुछ बढ़िया है। अब आप देख लो कि उंगली कौन करता है, उंगली करके फिर कौन ऐसा प्रिटेंड करता है कि उसे हेट मिल रहा है। यार तुम उंगली करोगे तो तुम क्या एक्सपेक्ट करोगे कि हमारे बंदे आएंगे, फूल नारियल फोड़ेंगे, पैर पे मिठाई खिलाएंगे? नहीं ना। मुझे हेट मिलता है, मैं तो एक्सेप्ट करके चलता हूँ यार कि मैंने करा है वैसे चीजें, मैंने गाड़ मारी है
Bigatron did go for a big rotation up north in Severny, and they have two other players in Boatyard/Rozok. So sure, right now it's unlikely anyone's going to be behind you, but do be careful. Teams on this in this lobby are willing to go for these wide wraps. So if you are a little bit too comfortable in these zones, ETR might be there to put you to sleep. So Got to keep your eyes open on those potential backstabs.
Gotta keep an eye out.
और बस एक लास्ट चीज इतना बोलना चाहूंगा कि
finding a position here, second place, 5 points is all they need to reach the smash zone. So you can tell they're playing this very, very carefully here. Aurora now starting to move into that play zone.
वर्क हो रहा है और क्या हो रहा है ना कहाँ से आ रहे हैं
as they made it into the main island. Now they are just carefully rotating on in. Do not want to lose anybody on rotation here.
या मैं भी तभी बोलो जब तुम खुद ब्रांड्स ला रहे हो अपने और के लिए
Majority of the team, okay, yeah, there goes Aurora. They're picking up some more loot. That is still in the blue zone. They got to be careful. Now they're be coming in pretty late here. Doc going to be passing up KRX. And now Tiamba. Uh-oh, QZZ. I saw it. He's got the P90.
Ooh,
that is his content.
Okay, now that's going to be big.
Or a CC.
Especially for him. Do you feel like they gave that weapon to him in particular because they want him to be MVP?
I would
like...
instantly. I mean, P90, QZZ, hello, right here.
अपने हिसाब से
Why not?
सेगा चुतियापा करके उनको मेजॉरिटी सूझता है.
He's absolutely cracked out of his mind when it comes to gun skill. You got to give your
दूसरों के साथ करो तो मस्ती है. कुछ पे बात आ जाती है तो मेजॉरिटी. I actually don't hate it because if it was a southern shift, they had an easy rotation down there. But some northern shifts that are going to go straight onto Doc and Refus. Maybe
हम ना
Alamo, which
chat हम ignore ही कर देते.
Big point of conversation yesterday on that D plus Kia win.
अगर कुछ और कहा रहता ना हम इग्नोर ही कर देते बट
lucky for who
नीचा दिखाने indirectly नीचा ही दिखा रहा था.
It was a lucky shift. I feel like they made their luck because of that split. It was possible because of that initial macro decision. So I would say that's not lucky. That's just strong macro decision. But then now the fight is happening. Al-Ula straight to Chamba. If they go out here, the smash will not be happening. Hot shoots.
No, it won't, but this is also going to let the whole lobby know what's going on here. So I wonder if other teams are going to be heading in this direction as QZZ, he's got that P90, looking for some action. It is Milu, though, to get the first blood. Now popping some shots over towards D+, applying pressure to them. QZZ getting those eliminations and more damage as well, even on the finishes. And that is 3 eliminations for Tiamba. They have now reached 130 points.
ये हर दफा एपेक्स को पोक करता है फिर बोलता है उधर से हेट आ रहा है लेकिन जब उसके मैंने हेट दिया था वो बिल्कुल भी मैं सपोर्ट नहीं करता लेकिन वो हमेशा देखो यार वो दिन जो टू बी ऑनेस्ट लेट्स कीप दैट टॉपिक आउट ऑफ दिस वो दिन जो कहा था उसने उसमें तो मैं भी उसको सपोर्ट करता हूँ कि हेट अपने तक ही रहना चाहिए फैमिली मेंबर तक नहीं जाना चाहिए ट्रू वो चीज़ में तो मेरा अभी भी फुल सपोर्ट है बट तुम भी यार अब शांत हो जाओ ना क्यों अब उंगल करना है सबको अब सारे शांत हो चुके हैं ठीक है जितने भी पहले के थे सारे शांत हो चुके हैं इवन मैं भी अब अपने ही स्ट्रीम पे अभी कितने टाइम से वो हेक्टर के साथ हुआ था वो छोटी मोटी बट उसके अलावा अब मैं भी कितने टाइम से ही बस आता हूँ बकचोदी करता हूँ निकल जाता हूँ स्ट्रीम में मार के अपना सारे अब शांत हो चुके अब तुम भी हो जाओ भाई बिल्कुल कूल नहीं लगता यार बिल्कुल कूल नहीं लगता तुम्हारे चक्कर में 10 लोगों के रिलेशन खराब होते हैं तुम्हें रियलाइज क्यों नहीं होता है
strong position the only weak to that hill right behind it but there's nobody even near them right now so they don't even got to worry about that.
फालतू में तुम्हारे चक्कर में रोहित भाई और थक्का
here we have one team out already so Alula are completely thirsted. That's gonna open up the door
यहाँ पे बिजनेस करना है
at least for one more position to be available in these final circles.
नीचे दिखाने में बैठे हो लोगों के रिलेशन
खराब कर रहे हो. It is stage 2 so it's still very very early here.
Look at Tiamba. They're actively scouting outside of their compound, which is good because their previous compound, it doesn't offer many lines of sight on the southern side in particular. It gives you a lot of info on the west and northern teams, but down south, you're kind of limited on info. And that's where Al-Ula decided to breach from. So it's good to see Milu and Eagle flex out, get some free information, and just, you know, even if the team
हम देखो अपने ही यही टॉपिक के बारे में बात करेंगे फलाना ढिमकाना इसका उसका पहले का उसका जो भी पास्ट कंट्रोवर्सी है उसको लेके नहीं बात करना है ये जो बोला है बस वही बात करनी थी बस खत्म अब छोड़ो बात बहुत बोल दिया यार अब इससे ज्यादा नहीं बात बोलते
driving around, trying to get some insight, maybe looking for a few free eliminations. But
Tiamba
now sending it towards that play zone.
Milu though getting knocked by Chips and Thurston, so Tiamba are going to lose a player here. Tiamba are on the move. This is all the way towards Shelter. Are they going to be able to make it happen here? But meanwhile, Influence Rage and all gamers are fighting it out. It's a battle in Shelter, and Tiamba are very, very close to this.
This is the issue. In a lobby of this caliber, so many teams have the same idea at the same time, and Tiamba, as you said, do lose a player, but luckily enough, they do find one little hidden spot in shelter. They're going to park up one car, nice and safely, just to keep their late game rotation potential up there. At least three players. I mean, three players when it's still in the cards for them. The main issue, and we talked about this when it comes to shelter, when you have to leave, if a team has a line of sight onto you, you're so predictable because literally, you can see here, there's only one way for them to leave shelter, which could be an issue later on.
Yeah, but you got your vehicles protected. It is such a strong position, especially with this being so late in the circle here. Tiamba are going to be in a great position to get some placement points, most likely, if the zone especially heads in that direction. Meanwhile, we got RRQ battling it out with LGD. LGD going on the offensive. Norpeco not able to get that nade off. RRQ, again, only need 5 points to reach the smash zone. They could get quite a few of them here. But it's going to be up to the rest of the team as Norpeco is gone. Oh, never mind. I think they're taking off. Yep,
yeah, it's not worth it.
They're just going to leave them. Yep.
Just leave. I do respect the idea of RRQ. They wanted to set up the
नमन का यार चैट बहुत बारिश हो रखी है यार मुंबई में और पता है कार से जाने में फिर बहुत टाइम लग जाएगा तो और ट्रेन से मुझे जाने आता नहीं है तो मैं रुका हूँ कि निक्सन कब आएगा मुंबई जब निक्सन आएगा तो मैं निक्सन के साथ दमन लिखूंगा यहाँ से कोई साथ में जाने के लिए दमन नहीं है अगर कोई एक भी बंदा साथ में जाने के लिए होता तो मैं ट्रेन से लाता कार से बहुत टाइम लगता है बारिश हो रहा है तो और टाइम लगेगा कभी वो तो मेरे को बोला कभी 9-10 घंटे लग जाते हैं
The main threat is going to be those northern teams, but you know what? With the
ट्रैफिक
vehicles and a
बारिश
decent
बहुत
angle
कुछ हो
here,
रखा
it could keep them safe for the time
और रात के
being.
टाइम पे मैं निकल नहीं सकता
Just need
घर वाले बोले
few
रात
more
के टाइम
points,
पे
right? 5 points and RQ are up to 116. They will be joining Tiamba in the smash zone. They need to get these points right here, right now.
कोई ना शायद 8 स्पैम करो
chance to be crowned your champions.
Oh,
So Aurora
130?
ended up getting one elimination, so now they are slowly putting some points on the board. There's
19 पॉइंट का लीड खत्म है जीत गए ये
and they need a few more in order to reach that smash zone as well.
What does Nixon do nowadays? Nixon scout Kashmir का पूरा content Nixon
Will this be the game for Furia to finally roar back? Let's see. As Jimmy from Thunder Talk gets knocked. And let's see if his team is going to be able to pick it back up. Where's his next zone going to go, though? That's the question. Is it going to be a shelter circle? It just might be.
You see on the
no, it's not.
It is going to be going down south on the roadside, west of shelter. So all these teams in shelter, really, you got to start thinking about how you're going to do that exit outside of shelter, which is going to be incredibly tricky. Talk, Jing also going to be flushed out of the match. Influence Rage over there, S2G, Tiamba, and all gamers all kind of locked in here. But Tiamba aching down below, and I feel like that's a good idea from Tiamba, which is even if QZZ and Eagle get eliminated, they got one player just hiding to get maybe a few salvage points.
यार देखो वो सब अपना
It's a
lookout
good
नहीं
idea to make sure you at least get some points out of this match.
That's why Shelter's so strong. Like, if the zone ended up in this direction, they would have been just so super set up. And even though it didn't, they're still in this next circle. So they have 2 vehicles completely protected. They're using this UAS that's blown up as extra coverage, so QZZ can try and hunt down some extra damage. And yeah, still a ton of ammunition. Tiamba's looking very, very good here. You know,
I would even recommend blow it up yourself. Maybe pop the wheels and just get rid of it. But unless they want to actually allow their cars to move out later on, so they might actually need to move if they want to go for that later rotation. Though E-Arena always so willing to commit to fights. They've got 95 points. Could be making a bit of a jump in top 5. And Zyol, good respectful play, not willing to commit to it. But E-Arena, they want to chase it down. They love going for these engages. They're one of the most aggressive teams in this lobby, Hot Jukes. And doesn't matter who it is. Aurora, RQ, Tiamba, doesn't matter. They will push you if they have the advantage.
Hey, great driving, though, on the side of Aurora to be able to get out of their space. Refis is going to be putting some shots onto Joker and just making things more difficult for E-Arena as the rest of Aurora are going to be trying to join their squad, and they should be able to get there safely. Man, Joel, he was zigging and zagging to get to safety, and he was able to. Fortunate enough for him.
आप क्या बता रहे थे?
But you have Doctor on your side, just
अभी तो आपने बोला कुछ बताओगे?
to try and apply pressure against E-Arena so they don't make the push up onto that building. And Schweppes down to 1 HP is going to be able to get to safety for now.
I would say be careful though, because LGD's just behind Aurora. They're so split. I'm not gonna lie, not a big fan. I would like to see a little bit of a tighter split. Even just a 2-2 would make me a little bit more hopeful. As Doc is pushing forward. No docketing, please. Is this vehicle now going up in smokes? Maybe flames very soon. But your main threat here, if you're Aurora, is going to be E-Arena. Got to be careful with potential LGD third party. That could be also a bit of an issue.
Here they come. How's Aurora going to be able to defend this
यार
here?
Aurora
They don't have the angles to get those shots onto E-Arena, except for top. But man, E-Arena are playing this so differently. They're spreading out, and Aurora are like, okay, are you coming? Are you not? What are you doing? Are we fighting?
गंदा split है यार.
This is a bit scary if you're an Aurora fan because this building is very nadeable. Got a few windows, you can very easily chuck and even just a Molotov or grenade in, and you can easily get some damage dealt to the Mongolian team. Those circle about to shift. That's going to be D plus Kia taken out of the equation entirely by S2G. That's going to be a really good push. Chamber though still waiting inside shelter. AK still underground, and they are still in this game. Hot Juke's gonna be in the play zone, meaning they can still create a good lead for themselves as a 3-man team. But these north
अबे तीन बार चिकन मार दे यार, मैच खत्म कर दे टूर्नामेंट इधर ही. कोई और ही अनाउंसमेंट करता और वो ट्रोल करता तो एक बार के लिए ठीक है, बट रोहित भाई का अनाउंसमेंट पे ये सब भेज दे.
They now have 107 points. They're in 4th place, so they are creeping up to the top. They've tied with Aurora. So do not count them out yet. Tianba, obviously the biggest threat, still in this circle. They win this game, tournament's over. So everybody in the lobby needs to make sure that doesn't happen. As far as points go, they still have a monstrous lead now. They are now 20 points ahead of RRQ. It was in 2nd place. But still, a lot of different teams could reach into that smash zone, that 116-point mark. But now, stage 5, all these teams need to find a way into this next zone, Aurora included.
Have you ever played Aurora just sandwiched between two
Not
bad idea. What could keep you alive though? This is going to be a push. It could decide the fate of Tiamba. STG setting in a 4v3 scenario, and so far QZZ is going to be out. It's down to Eagle. Can he save the day? Going back into the depth of shelter, instantly chucking a few pieces of utility. This goes back down below. A-King going to be crawling his way over there, but QZZ, the MVP contender, has been taken out, Hot Jukes, meaning the P90 is not usable anymore.
Yeah, but here comes Furia as well, looking to apply some pressure, and that is Soul K done for. So S2G, the threat to Tianba, is gone, at least for now, and now Aurora are going to be pushing on into this zone. They end up finding a dip, and they're going to hold this spot for as long as they possibly can. But Tianba are right now. They're going to try to get that res they do, but now with that nade, oh, that does pepper up Eagle, but it's so difficult to get these knocks on these players inside a shelter.
Just wait. I mean, really, if Influence Rage was to get eliminated, they can make their way to the other exit of shelter, so they can actually get something out of this match. Don't count Tiamba out just yet. There's still an opportunity at redemption. But Furia, yeah, with that 3-1 split, I'm loving the engage here, but that utility of Eagles looking pretty strong. Now their own nades coming on through. And Silence, the entirety of Furia don't want to push down and shelter itself. I feel like they kind of don't have an option. It's or you leave Tiamba alone, or you chase them down, because Tiamba do not want to take that fight whatsoever. They really want to play it slow.
Tiamba's going for the win here. That's what they want. They want that chicken dinner. It's not looking like it's going to be likely, so right now, just, hey, you know what? Put some more points on the board. You have a massive lead that you will definitely take. Taking, just making sure there's nobody hiding here in shelter.
भाई लीड तो बहुत है, अगर जीत रहे हैं आप किसी को तो स्मैश रूल से जीतना पड़ेगा. टीएनबी का मिरामर वीके और आरआरक्यू का स्ट्रांग है, का स्ट्रांग है. अगर ये मैच में स्मैश पॉइंट तक आ गया तो
टीएनबी they know like, oh, you coming this way? Come on down.
Yeah, you could see Tiamba, a few alarms ringing in their head. Just, oh, they've seen that buggy, they've seen the crates, like, oh, something happened over here, we just don't know what. As Influence Rage leave the opening of shelter. What a rotation from Tiamba. And now actually do get a bit of a backstab angle onto Influence Rage, but they go straight back into shelter themselves. It's a whack-a-mole game happening here on the eastern location as A-King drops down into the blue. It's fine, it's still resable. They got 40 seconds to work with. Don't worry, Tiamba will still be up as a 2-man. It's getting incredibly scary in this match because you still have so many top teams alive. You've got RRQ, Furia now overtaking Aurora. Aurora still got a full squad. And even E-Arena could do something in this game up on their western position. But they need to push up very soon.
Aurora finally getting a favorable zone shift here. So in a great spot in this next circle when it comes to position-wise. But they do not have a lot of coverage at all. So they're going to have to make that work with their vehicles. But yeah, Furia on the southwestern side of the circle. They're a big threat as well. But Tiamba are gonna have the points here. Weibo making the rotation. Aurora trying to get some elimination. Pushing on RRQ need to defend this. Fearing gets knocked. Where's the rest of the team? Genfoss gets one.
That was so quick. What? Okay, you blink and you missed it. That's it. Weibo fully eliminated. RRQ, good defense. Lepar, Genforce remaining. Trying to get Theorem back up, but KRX, they're going for the angle. And they're pushing up in the weak spot of OP Dip. Right in nade range for TRE. As QXE going for a little bit of a surround play. But E-Arena could also look at fourth party, realistically. This skirmish. As the nade doing some big damage. Lepar taken out. It's down to Theorem as a solo. And the buggy squishes him. That is it. End of the game for them. The smash zone will not be reached. 2 points away for RRQ. They are going to be kicking themselves after that fight.
Oh, so close too. And I think that KRX, they're at the bottom of the leaderboards. They're like, hey, RRQ's getting eliminations. We got to stop them. Let's go ahead and make it happen. And they did.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing to lose. Might as well send it on that position. But Tiamba, now I feel like they might be at the end of their rope. That rotation away when teams are set up beautifully, such as KRX, Aurora, even E-Arena to the west.
भाई वो थोड़ा सा छोटा सा डिप है
भाई. Down the toilet as A-King Eagle try to send it. A-King put low, knocked out. It's down to Eagle. And as he just stays hidden behind his two-seater, he's in nade range. Lorenzin's got two, but he does find Fitter. Oh, Eagle, how does it happen? As Lorenzen will get the spray, and that's it. Tiamba fully eliminated here from match number 3.
Tiamba are gone, but there are quite a few teams that can still make it into the smash zone. Fudia right there, Aurora, Nongshim Red Force with 2. Trey, though, from KRX, applying the pressure. That was Tiamba in 8th place. Look at this. 7th through 3rd are still alive here. Who's going to win this match? Let's find out.
Aurora need 8 points if they want to make it to the smash. Furia need an extra 6. Furia is going to be the big focal point here as Aurora. Their position is playable, but now that teams can actually play this ridge line, one nade and it's going to be game over. It's out there, and Aurora get taken on out. The smash zone again will not be headed their way. Mongolia eliminated. 6 teams now remain. It's all about Furia.
Can Furia make it happen right now? KRX are just making some noise now. I mean, this is what happens when you got nothing to lose. You just got to put it all on the line, and now they're finally starting to play the game that they should have been playing in the first 2 days. But now, Benny going to be rotating on over, and QXDZ with the run over onto Lorenzen. That is Influence Rage out, and now the placement points are in effect.
Furia, you know, they counting. They're like, we just need those placement points, a few more eliminations. Not even a win. They don't even need the win. And they will still make it over 116 points. Which, again, as a reminder, is the point threshold here for the smash ruling to take effect. But Furia,
ये सारे teams अपना regional tournament खेल के
they could use it as TRE just get some big damage on the Mormon. And the entirety of the arena, their Western rotate going to be cut short. Now LGD also suffering a very similar fate where those nades are doing so much work in this very small location. The sprays are never ending, but Nongshim just can't get it done. And by the way, Nongshim, we kind of forgot about them in this match, Hot Troops, but they are looking in a very strong position. A decent finish here. They could be overtaking Influence Rage and Aurora in one fell swoop.
They have 2 up, they have a Shack and a Dream. That nade looks good. Oh, that would hurt. Igor gonna have to back up a little bit, but now here come the nades from Furia as So Easy gets knocked. Hyunbin now in the Shack. And Ayala thread the needle. Oh, that Molly. Oh, I thought it was inside, but it was just outside the building. But yeah, Hyunbin is in big trouble. He's throwing out all those smokes so they can't get that nade in there. Silence goes down. All it takes is one, though. One nade to thread the needle into the Shack. Doesn't do it. Hyunbin still alive here, refusing to go down.
The nades just can't be threaded through that needle. The window being smoked up, that is literally just keeping Nongshim Red Force alive. That smoke is the difference between them going out and surviving. But you know what? It will be a nade, but actually it's not Furia. Furia don't get it. They really wanted those eliminations, but it's denied by the other South Korean team. It's KRX up to 14 eliminations. Wait a minute, going massively hard in this game. Can they make it out from the bottom of the rankings and reach a position where, who knows, they can actually make it on the podium?
Would be a comeback here as Furia just want these last few remaining points, but they are getting peppered from all over the place, and KRX is just hard focused on them. Meanwhile, you got E-Arena on the other side. All they need is some more placement points, or at least a second place if Furia wants to do it just with placement alone. But man, KRX looking unstoppable. They have the lay of the land here. This is out of the zone though, so this deadly angle is going to be gone.
As you said, Furia, they need top 2 or podium with a few limbs. Even top 4 could be doable, but they need to start fragging out at this point. And you know what? We had one 30-point bomb coming out yesterday from RQ on Miramar. We might just get another one.
No way.
17 eliminations, 3 more to be secured, and they can make it happen. But keep in mind, LGD are up there. They're in circle. And Alfie's got himself the MG3. And this split from KRX is a thing of absolute beauty. Literally, there's 2-2 splits keeping Furia and LGD in check at the exact same time. Now, this is some top-tier IGLing. Unless a massive upset happens, this has to be KRX's win.
I like how QXZZ got in that vehicle. He was trying to get some extra sight lines by using that 3P peek in the car. That nade's going to do it, though. Chief is down. Igor, last player alive. Can he snake his way to second place? Will he last long enough? It's not looking likely. As LGD, KRX, okay, now starting to battle it out. This is huge for the side of Furia. And now with Ling S gone, this could be looking good. Furia might be able to get second place and go to the Smash Zone. It's just Mau Mau.
He needs to get one elimination. Can he steal it away? Can Igor pop up in the elimination feed? He's going to be pushed out by the blue zone. Igor is still alive. Somehow, some way, the dream is not over for Brazil. The nade is huge, it connects, and that is it. That will push Furia in the Smash Zone, but the chicken dinner will hit the way of KRX. Oh my goodness, he got literally as a sole survivor, Hot Jukes, making it happen for Furia.
Are you kidding me? And then, not to mention KRX busting down the 30 bomb. Where did they come from? I mean, they were all the way at the bottom of the leaderboards, and with this game, I mean, man, they've got to be so pumped.
Really loving what we saw from KRX. Genuinely, I see a game like this, Hot Jukes, and I'm like, where was KRX until now? Were they sleeping? This was one of the best games, literally, of the entire tournament. That is what we just witnessed. What the fuck? If they can maintain it, who knows? If they can pull an RRQ, there is some hope for this team. But Furia looking a bit confused. Unless our math is completely wrong, but I do believe that will be enough because they got second. They got that one extra survival point by making it from third place to second. I think they're in. They should be, but they're looking a bit sad. Weirdly enough.
Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. Well, they're gonna find out. That's for sure. Oh man, Igor, keep that elbow safe, brother. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure, yeah, that you are making it happen. There's the coach, Coach Knight, a legend in the biz. It's just yeah, you can see the round of applause there. He's like, you guys did it, able to hold down, Igor, making it happen. And now, you can see it here, folks. Another team as actually, never mind. It's KRX winning the game. Good job.
Yeah, I mean, we have to talk about KXZ. QXZ is going to be taking it home with almost 4K damage. 12 eliminations. Oh my goodness. And the fact that he got 12 eliminations, Hot Jukes, and his team contribution is only 32%, clearly shows that everyone they just popped off.
Crazy, dude.
Loving it. KRX going absolutely crazy, as you say, Hot Jukes. Really happy with their performance. And just before this game, I want to check it out. Just before this match, KRX were actually standing. Let me scroll down a little bit here. KRX were in 14th position with 63 points. They got half of their total points pretty much in one single match, Hot Jukes. What just happened?
What's going on, dude? What is going on? I mean, we've seen it happen before where a team at the bottom, they're like, all right, we got nothing to lose. Let's go crazy, right? But not that crazy. KRX, especially to go that crazy in this game. We still got 3 more to go potentially. So with KRX busting down a 30 bomb here, man, that put them in the show. It really, really did. I mean, if they're able to do it again, good luck with that, right? But if they do, man, who knows what can happen.
I was seeing a lot of people early in chat during the break saying, oh, Chamba were gifted the circle. That was an easy win last game. Not this one. Not this one. They had one of the toughest transitions to execute, leaving the eastern coastal side and making it straight to the zone. So definitely had their work cut out for them. Not an easy win, as we did see also Aurora there for a few seconds. It was a good position until teams can actually play the ridgeline, and then those nades instantly eliminate the entirety of the lineup. As here you have it. It is not a 30-point bomb, Hotrix. It is a 32-point bomb, outdoing the previous record of RRQ.
Oh my, a record
My God.
has been broken.
QXE
KRX,
DRX
I mean,
में था,
I
हाँ.
think all of South Korea is making the
अबे
face
तो
of
ये
that player
DRX
there
ही
in
तो
the
है,
back
बस
right now.
नाम
They're
change हुआ है.
so excited because that is
पागल.
a legendary comeback, guys. 32 points in a lobby like this with 3 matches left to go. Are you kidding me?
Look at the pose in the middle there too, ready to drop a gun pistol right now. He's making his way up, 32 points here for KRX, and then second place, still a massive gap between the top two teams in terms of overall points. But Furia getting themselves a total of 14, and with those 8 eliminations, it was not just they needed to survive and get a few more points right, they were closing that gap pretty much the entirety of this match. It was down to getting that top 2, and Higor, maybe not MVP in terms of overall damage because, well, duh, that would be KRX this game with the insane bomb they just dropped. But Higor really deserving a lot of respect. I mean, Higor and Chief, just the survivalists of their lineup. Without those two players, they would be quite far away, actually, from 116 points. So, got to give them their flowers and respect in PMMI.
Yes, you do, man. Let's see a look at the leaderboard. As you can see, Furia have done it. So they are now in that smash point range. So now we have 2 squads. If either of these teams win, they become
top 8 आ गई भाई.
champions. So yeah, even though Tiamba has a big lead over Furia, if Furia win the game, it's over. Right there, your chance. Tiamba's second place, and then it goes down from there. KRX, though, the big storyline from that last game, 32 points, pushing themselves from, what was it, 14?
आकाश भाई, no comments यार, पुरानी बातें अब नहीं निकालते.
Huge, absolutely huge. 32 points, that is of course going to do a pretty significant dent. And actually, now that they have 95 points,
पुरानी बातें अब नहीं
I
निकालते.
think win is still really hard from Chamba. As I said, they need to pull an RRQ, but top 5, top 3, achievable. It is in reach for KRX, so we'll be really excited to see if they can maintain their kind of performances so far today, going into match number 4. Second page,
कौन सी?
a lot of upsets.
मिजरी करके जो नया गाना इंस्टा पे वायरल हो रहा है.
मिस्री?
मिजरी
क्या है वो?
अरे बहुत तगड़ा गाना है. आपने सुना तो होगा, बट आपको नाम से याद नहीं आ रहा क्योंकि वो इंस्टा पे आता ना.
मिस्री? कौन सा गाना है? रिचर्ड मिस्री.
बहुत बढ़िया गाना है.
ये है ना गाड़ी. मीटिंग राफेलियो एंड जो फ्लेक्स. आज किसका मैच है भाई? क्या है रे? क्या है ये? क्या
सेंसे
है?
की स्टोरी ऑलरेडी देख ली है. ये तो वो है
मटन?
चिकन. हाँ, मटन मटन ही लग रहा है.
छी भेंचोद, क्या है ये? भेंचोद.
लोग कह रहे बीफ है. बीफ ये ना. द फक. इंडियन चैनल लग रहा था मेरे को तो ये देख के.
छी. इंडियन लौड़ा इंडियन हो गई. ये कौन सा?
बाहर बाहर
अबे सोलो लेवलिंग का नहीं आ रहा क्या भाई नया कुछ?
आ गया ना. आ गया ट्रेलर. आ गया 3D
आया.
ट्रेलर आ चुका है. दिखने में तो लग रहा है अच्छा है, बट एनीमे की जगह वो लग रही है, मूवी टाइप लग रही है. मेरे को तो लग रहा है मूवी आने वाली है सोलो लेवलिंग की.
सोलो लेवलिंग का सिड के नाम में ऐसा टैग के डाल देना चाहिए. द फक. वर्ल्ड कप 2018, वर्ल्ड कप 2000 फ्रांस वर्सेस क्रोएशिया होता ना।
स्पैम मत करो।
अबे ये पता है, ये लड़की जो है, इसको पहले मैंने ना, ये लड़की, इसको पहले इंस्टा पे देखता था, तब ये मेरी फ्रेंड की फ्रेंड थी, तब इसके 10,000 सब्स थे, 10,000 इंस्टा पे थे। अब इंस्टा पे इसके 400 के हो गए और इसमें भी देख बढ़ गए, पता नहीं कैसे, क्या राज है।
प्रिटी प्रिटी प्रिविलेज, क्या ही कह
प्रीटी
सकते हैं।
प्रिविलेज।
लड़कों में भी होती है, लड़ी सब हर जेंडर में होता है।
लड़कों में होती है।
हाँ, सुंदर दिखना तो वही है ना, प्रिविलेज ही है उसमें तो फिर। मतलब प्रिविलेज तो नहीं है, खुद को बनाते हो सुंदर तो ऑब्वियसली हाँ, लोग ज्यादा अच्छे से ट्रीट करते हैं, ज्यादा अप्रोच करते हैं उसको।
अबे
शिफ्रिस को
ये
देखा आपने?
स्पार्की भाई को सब्सक्राइब करो गाइस।
अपन
स्पार्की भाई को सब्सक्राइब करो
थोड़ा
गाइस,
हैंडसम
1
दिखता है
मिलियन
वो,
करने हैं।
थोड़ा
किस
क्या
किस को पता
अच्छा,
है कल।
अच्छा दिखता है इसीलिए इंस्टेंट शूट अप हो गया उसका फॉलोइंग।
छाया अरे छाया दिख रही थी। अरे यार जाया यार, आप भी कुछ, अरे मेरी को इसमें आ गए।
डाल भी दिया क्या? क्विजी।
डिलीट कर दी, डिलीट कर दी स्टोरी, क्या बात कर रहे हैं। नैना जैसे भाव को कहते हैं। स्टार्ट हुआ क्या? डिलीट किया बोला रहेगा किसी ने डिलीट। ये भाई क्या हुआ वॉचिंग को? क्या हुआ वॉचिंग को? कितने लोग खेल रहे हैं भाई अभी वो स्पिरिट सिटी?
अभी 20 20-25 हैं। इस टाइम ज्यादा नहीं रहते। अभी क्या कितना टाइम हो रहा है? वही शाम के टाइम ज्यादा होंगे। कल ज्वाइन किया था मैंने, कितने थे? 60 थे, 60-65 थे। वही क्लोज टू 100।
जाया क्या बोल रही है? ओ भाई क्या? अरे कब स्टार्ट होगा रुको? आह, बाकी सबकी अबे कोई ना चिल सी ना गाइस, एंड दिस टॉपिक। रोहित भाई का मैसेज आ गया कि हो गया, चीजें सॉर्ट हो गया। लेट्स एंड दिस टॉपिक। अब और चलिए लास्ट पैच
Of
करके
the last day, we have two
आह,
teams in that smash zone.
थोड़ा
It
आरपी
is
खेलने
still
जाऊंगा।
anyone's game, though, to
लास्ट मैच
try
एक वॉच पार्टी
and
कर
make
लेते हैं।
something happen. But in order
It's
for
all good,
that
all
to
good.
work, you got to make sure that Tiamba and Furia do not get a chicken dinner.
We saw, right, Tiamba, Furia, they keep consistently getting to the late game hot jukes, which means that the odds of a chicken dinner happening just double. Because now it's just not one team that you got to be careful of.
बस कहाँ
It's
से हाँ
two
बस आ गया भाई।
squads that could be the ones to lock down the Macau Invitational Trophy and Championship in one fell swoop. You can see, oh, okay, one player smiling. Okay, it was like, okay, there's a lot of tension here in the arena, but no, some players can still smile a little bit here. But RRQ, oh man, they must be feeling so bad after that last game, Hot Jukes. 2 points away from 116. It could be 3 teams in the
काम ऐसा
in the
करोगे
Smash
तीनों
Zone
fan
right
base
now,
में।
but they just barely missed out after what generally was an amazing push-up from KRX. They deserve it, but RRQ,
नहीं चिल
they just got
है
that
उसने
stolen from them. Feels bad,
रोहित
man.
भाई ने बोल दिया
Dude,
कि
you know how? Imagine how just pissed RRQ would be if they win
कि
this
सॉर्ट हो
next
गया।
match.
उसने बोल दिया, जो भी बोला था।
Could you imagine?
It's chill, it's
That
all
would-
chill।
oh, but that would hurt, man.
Right? Like, oh, if you be so excited.
एक बार बस
right?
बस
You're
कहाँ
like,
से
oh,
आ
we
रहा है
got
भाई?
114, we win this game. All right, we're in the running for first place, but tournament could have been done, over with. You know? Oh, wild. I mean, that would be like the most bittersweet chicken dinner we have ever seen. As
यार
Man,
मैं
these
जो मेरा
guys
ये
are
फोटो
lock
कहाँ
loaded,
से
ready
निकल
to
रहा है
go
भाई?
here. You can tell these players excited. They are in the lobby.
अबे
The
फुटबॉल वर्ल्ड
arena,
कप आ गया
second
भाई.
place, 99 points.
वर्ल्ड कप आ
Not
गया.
too far away either. I mean, it's so crazy. Is like there's still so many teams here, Max, with one chicken dinner. They're in the show, right? Especially with 2 more matches left to go. So there's quite a few squads that could reach the Smash Zone. And honestly, anything's possible here because we see a 30-point game. I didn't think anybody was going to even touch that. And then KRX plus down 32. It's just wild. But this is it. Last Aaron Gale of the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, really, KRX said, hold my M4. And they just popped off. Really happy with their game. Yeah, E-Arena and KRX, as you bring them up, right now in the middle of the rankings, could be the dark horse that everyone just completely overlooks. Doesn't even think about them because they're also focused on your Auroras, your Nongshams, your RQs, your Furias, your Chambas. All these squads could be making it up there. And then you just forget about the middle pack teams that are just another 30-point game. You know what comes out of nowhere? Well, wait a minute. This team could actually go and claim the win for themselves and the championship. So you've got to be very cautious that all these teams realistically are a threat. Even Weibo.
नोट कर पॉइंट इनकी वजह लड़की होती है. Oh my god, bro.
Nothing to lose at this point. That is when some of these teams.
अबे बहुत टाइम लगा रहे भाई. मेरे को बोर हो रहा है. मैं आरपी खेलने जा रहा हूँ. चल. मैं आरपी खेलने जा रहा हूँ गाइस. थोड़ा अपन कल करें. कल ओए कल मैं हूँ नहीं. थोड़ा आरपी खेलने जा रहा हूँ. बोर हो रहा है. आप लोग जाके गॉड वॉर्ड की स्ट्रीम देखो. गाइस कल मैं हूँ नहीं आई गेस, या कल मैं आऊंगा लाइव स्ट्रीम करने क्योंकि शाम को मैं कल बाहर जा रहा हूँ. शैडो के साथ. शैडो पीसी बना रहा है तो शैडो की पीसी पिक करने जाना है अपने को कल. और उसके बाद रात को थोड़ा चिल करूंगा. बहुत दिन से बाहर गया नहीं हूँ तो कल बाहर रहूंगा. मोस्टली मैडी किंग्स के बूट कैंप पे थोड़ा चिल करूंगा इनके साथ. कि अभी 5-6 दिन से लगातार स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ तो थोड़ा कल के दिन चिल. और बहुत टाइम से अभी गया नहीं हूँ. कितने दिन हो गए? 20 दिन. कब आया था? 15-20 दिनों के बाद नहीं निकला. तो कल जाकर थोड़ा चिल करेंगे. चलो गाइस, कल अगर स्ट्रीम करा तो शेड्यूल दिख जाएगा आपको. नहीं करा तो कल के दिन ब्रेक है, समझ जाना. तो मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट स्ट्रीम पे. तब तक के लिए लव यू ऑल. टेक केयर. बाय बॉयज. बाय बाय.